So hello and welcome to this week's episode of Mount Mindset, where we go to fuck everything, and is your influencer a coach or is he just a ball bag? In this week's episode, we're going to cover off the reality versus the show that's on Instagram. What to not do in a disabled toilet in a gym. What's it like walking the walk, not just talking the talk? We're going to do in this series where we cover off some of the ridiculous stuff that we see in gyms and in social media. You're going to get real talk, real results, and exposing some of the carry-on that goes out there. Should you get on stage when you don't look right? Should you go for a prep? What's involved in it and what should you be looking for? If you're going to employ a coach, make sure that they are actually going to tell you the truth. Because what people are looking for is that accountability. But accountability for accountability's sake, or the reality that you should or shouldn't carry on with what you're doing. So we're going to go no holds barred. We're going to cover it off. We're going to make sure that we cover off all your questions that you've sent in and get to the bottom of what's going on so that we can weed out this nonsense and get back bodybuilding. Make bodybuilding great again by getting it back to its hardcore roots. And we're going to discuss where it all went a bit soft and where it's went awry and how to get back there. Because it's all about, it started with big, huge, just dudes, and that should be its core. That should be its foundation. What it takes to get there and why it's unattainable for most. And if you've got the minerals and you've got the potential, how you can get there. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Where do you want to start? I've got a fucking list that would choke a horse.
Oh, I usually put out questions.
I've got a fucking list here. Right, we'll start with the list and see what you want to get lift off at. Right, so bad parents create obese kids.
No, fat parents create fat kids.
It's just fucking fat people in general.
There is nothing worse though when you see like a fucking 400-pound fucking set of parents and the kid's the same size as the parents and it's 4.
I never understand that. I'm like, you must fucking
child
try.
abuse.
Like,
I was just going to say that.
Child
to
abuse.
eat, like,
Because the
it's
kid doesn't have a
so hard
choice.
to eat that.
Well, at that age, they don't have a choice what's in the fridge.
No.
That's the
They
parents.
definitely didn't.
There was
Do you know
one
what I mean?
there was one that I really liked. Where was it?
I told Ragnar the other day, I was just like, you better chill out on the pizzas and that, because you start getting on weight, like, you will be
I
joining.
mean,
You
my
will be
wee boy
doing a
eats
sport.
what I eat. Like, I eat my chicken and rice. He prefers chicken and rice. Oats and whey.
I
I'm like,
wish
"Sound."
I could get meat in him, man. The only meat I can get in is hot dogs and chicken nuggets.
Really?
Or a Five
No,
Guys.
I'm at that stage where the wee man eats anything.
Elite. So it's just a matter of days. It's just a matter of how long, and you will eat this, and you'll like it.
The stubborn week, I'm probably wouldn't I?
Have you heard of that Scottish island that was called? I can't remember the fucking name, but it was an island where when people had disagreements, they would take them to the island, Agreement Island. It was called. They would take them there, put whiskey, oats, oat cakes, and cheese, and they weren't allowed off their island until they settled their differences.
It's a good idea.
It's a good idea unless you're fucking really at odds with somebody.
They should do that for court. Just put them on an island and let the two people separate their differences. Huh?
Well, I don't know what Fabian would want for you right now.
I would be the one coming back out. Like Mad Max's Thunderdome.
Speaking of Mad Max, he's in the questions.
Is he actually?
Aye. So 1 Rep Max, Scottish IFBB
Oh,
pro,
that's
bodybuilder Max Johnson on sexual assault charges, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So there's been some papers lodged, and apparently he's got into some bother. So we've got that. We've got straight cunts with gay OnlyFans discuss.
I feel like that's aimed at someone.
And yeah,
It's got to be.
That has to be aimed at an individual.
I don't know who's fucking wrote this one, but they think that I must be a lot taller.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I've heard the rumours, but is it true?
Yeah.
Who
Well,
we
think
talk-
about who's going to buy a guy's OnlyFans. Birds aren't buying OnlyFans.
No. I don't.
know what I
I don't mean that.
So it's
that-
obviously got to be gay folk.
No. I don't mean that people do that. I mean
Right.
the thing I've heard.
What you've heard about what certain person.
Yes.
Aye. Defo.
Well, have
Is
you
it?
got to name the certain person or what?
You can.
I know one or two.
Oh, you know more than one.
Well,
Actually, I know the young'un too.
I've heard of a couple, to be fair.
I know of
that
two
have
for
done it
sure. Then in the
and
gym,
have
if that one's real.
Potentially been doing gay things.
Like how gay?
But I've never
Well,
asked
actually, I know
how
3
gay.
because Fabian's at it too.
Well, that's true.
Who's
I've never
the
asked for
other two?
details, so...
You gotta tell, I don't know. I've not got the intel here. Fucking leave me in the dark here, boys.
I left it.
I don't know, but I know one for certain. There's two. Like,
One of the
There's
young
another one
lads.
that goes
He's what to write it
Oh,
down. He's what to write it down a bit of paper. And I'll read it out.
Leave it cryptic. Folk will be like, oh, who is that? Who is that?
The young boy, I believe, doesn't do gay things, but he does get a lot of gay messages.
No, he will
for
do.
what he's
No,
told me.
he's really buds in that. He's no.
He's
But
not
he
doing
will.
gay shit.
Like
Where's the line? Like, where's the... Like, so,
To me, I couldn't sit and message a gay guy. I didn't care if they're paying me
much?
money. I couldn't fucking do it.
what's
But
the
how-
number?
Well, it need to be a lot of fucking money.
I'm glad we've cleared up that you couldn't, and we're at, it's just an amount.
If you're going to make me rich, then a few messages, but
We had
you
this
know what I mean?
conversation.
No for
and-
20 quid.
They'd probably pay the most though, because they're the fucking like they're just dirty bastards.
So you've got,
Like, they're
you've
gonna
got
pay me
fucking
for-
Mohammed Silbin, I'm love Fat Bobby,
Right.
and he's messaging you and he's like, Adam, I'm mad for it. Like, how much? And he's just going to keep throwing it money at you until you agree. Where's the precipice that you roll over?
How much?
I don't know. I don't think I'd ever find myself in that situation, though, to be fair. Like,
And we're putting you there. So what's the number?
fuck knows.
100
See,
grand.
see when you have the conversations, because we had a conversation in the shop, kind of like the Bonnie Blue situation.
Aye.
Kind of like how much would it be to allow that to happen to you, Ken, for 1,000 cunts to run through you? Ken, because she's averaging 2 million a month off, Ken, what she does on OnlyFans, So what would be the number that you would allow that to be done to you?
Right, so what's the number?
What, to have 1,000 people go through me?
If you were getting 24
Fuck that,
million a
just shoot
year,
me.
guaranteed,
1,000 people who go through me.
but 24
I'd
million
rather
a
you
year.
just shot me.
I tell you what you could do. You could take the 24 million for the
Right.
year. I'll hypnotise you to forget all about it.
Fuck.
Right?
To forget about it.
I spend 20 grand
You
to sew
can't,
your
you
arsehole
can't
back up.
hypnotise me to forget about that. Fucking just shoot me.
Your arsehole would be like, you know, when you go to the sea and you like
Fucking-
put your fucking shell, you're near to the shell, you just hear wind. Like, Adam's like, it's like a fucking hippo's yawn.
Just blowing in a beer bottle, just
Oh, I don't know how you could look at yourself again after doing something like
you'd
that.
have 24 million reasons to look at yourself again.
Right, so we've
But
got.
I think I'd rather be deed than have that for the money.
Are you sure?
I
though?
could live with it, to be fair. Like,
What do you think? What would be your?
But everyone would know as well.
aye, but you can't hear them through your Ferrari
get over
window.
it.
I don't think I would.
You
Eh?
would
The
get
rev
over
of your
it.
Ferrari would drown out everyone slagging you.
Aye, but I see a bum though.
Mate, you're just
Aye,
being,
it would heal.
I wouldn't be able
You'd
to sit in the
fine.
fucking thing.
Like,
It'd be
yeah,
too
we-
severe.
Ferrari would do
need a
you a no
cushion.
round for 24 million.
mate, you get on stage in a fucking thong covering fake
Aye, but
tan for
nobody's
free.
touching me.
But they're looking at you, man. You know they're looking at you.
That's true.
You know
Size.
that there's going to be a lot of
Size
the,
in
what
the
do they call there's the name for it? The
What?
Muscle
like
worship.
muscle worship. That's it. So they'll just be.
Oh, because you got all the muscle mummies and that on the interweb.
Those boys
Yeah.
that just actually go.
You must get messages about that on Instagram too, though. Folk
I've
want to buy
heard-
your
I've-
pants and
I've heard
that.
loads.
Exactly.
What's it going right for a pair of pants?
Funny, this happened to me last prep, I think it was.
I've never had anyone want to buy my pants. Like,
I
that's
have.
good on you, like, fucking hell.
Oh, right. I went along with it, to be fair. I was like, you want to buy my pants, you can buy my pants. And it went up to like 500 quid or something.
That's fucking
And I
sound.
said, right, sound. I says, I'll sell my pants for 500 quid. He was like, 2 pairs. And he bought, I'll meet you for them. No, I'll post you them. And he went,
When was this?
oh, that's a while ago, to be fair. And he went,
You're not even coming.
he goes, I could maybe give you more if you do something in them.
No.
I was like, nah, mate, £500 fine.
What is he? Is he expecting a Kinder Egg in that?
I didn't want to know. I just says £500 is
You
fine.
asked,
I'm not
you-
doing
you
anything
fucking
else.
You asked.
No, I didn't. I swear on my
You
life.
fucking lie to me, Adam.
And then,
So that happened. You got 500 for pants.
no, I never got any money, mate. It
Oh,
was
they're no
probably just
fucking
sitting there wanking
materialised.
over the
Aye,
fucking
he was just happy
conversation.
you were replying
Just
to
get
him.
an off on it.
He was just like, I can't believe he's replied to me.
Mate, he'd have been so close to a pair of fucking like sweaty boxers.
I had to send them for 500 quid.
Fucking
like,
right.
They bought.
Where'd you do it though? Do you like money first, then I'll send you
Aye,
them?
fucking right.
Yeah.
That kind of lads used to do it. Just
What if
buy
you
pads of
wanted a
Primark and
video
tuna
saying,
juice on
I
them.
want you taking them off and putting them in an envelope that's got my name in it?
Nah, you're right.
Does he want proof?
It's only 500 quid, mate.
Well, how much to get that?
2 pairs of boxes for 500 quid. That's a good living, like.
Mate,
Aye, but I've got to take them off as well.
aye.
Of course you got to take them off. You can't send them wearing them.
No, but he wants a video of me taking them off.
Oh, right.
Why are all these weird questions getting aimed at me anyway?
I don't know how.
I never knew somebody wanted to buy your pants.
Gazi
I couldn't think, well, nobody's trying to buy my
Gas said,
pants.
nobody wanted it for
I've
us.
had weird messages, but nobody's
You
not had a
never
transaction.
had that?
By my pants, no.
I know,
I've had a couple.
One of the guys Ricardo knows, he'll remain nameless. But he.
Well, we all playing that game today.
He was,
Sounds.
he was, well, if I'm not fucking getting anything out of you, I'm playing the same game. He sold these drawers, was 400 quid.
Aye.
Sold these boxers, unwashed, wanted a picture of them getting put in the envelope.
I sound.
Aye, 400 quid.
I wouldn't bore me like.
400 quid a whip.
Yeah.
A picture of them just getting put in the envelope, or
I'm
like
coming off. I don't think you needed to show it, but it was a case of.
I wouldn't
wanted-
have cared. See,
come out of a
wanted
pair of
proof.
pants underneath them.
I'd try and line that up for 7 days a week.
It was,
a good fucking
do you know,
side
remember
hustle.
that old like bit that was in the comedy sketch years ago, and it was like the whole. Remember when you were at school and your pals would go, "Would you suck a dick for $1 million?" Like,
Aye,
what the
always,
fuck?
aye, the questions could do.
And then the comedian, I can't remember the comedian, but he's like, for $1 million, he's like, line up your mates.
All day long.
$1 million I go. He's like, says, I'd go and blow $5 a mouthwash and forget all about it. For $1 million.
The question is, how little would you do it for?
What's your number?
I've asked you, fucking turn it back
Yeah,
on
I'm
me.
fucking fine. I'm not need to blow. I'm not need to blow fucking puff pipe. I got out the gates quick on the financial ladder
Aye,
because I was
that's
like, fuck getting asked this question.
Or did you
Because
suck
the
the
number would
dick
have been
earlier?
low.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know how low it'd go.
Yeah.
Do they need
40
to finish, or is it just you've just got to do it?
Just depends what mood you're in.
All right, it's down
You
there.
bored?
Aye, that's it. It would depend on what you had to do. Because when we were talking about it in the studio, I was assuming they would have to finish. She's like, why? Bonnie Blue only did 40 seconds of fucking pop.
Did you?
But did they not have to
partly.
finish for it to count?
That's just a
for the
conveyor
record?
belt.
No,
I know,
she
I know.
the thing I seen on the podcast was she said, she's like, every 40 seconds someone else was going in me. So I would take from that they got a 40-second window, do you know, to just do the business. Would that fuck? No danger.
Well, there was another bit with the guy at the end of the queue. There was some guys that never got to.
If-
I've been waiting in that queue for hours and
Probably, aye.
never got near her. I mean,
Really,
imagine
yeah.
dropping yourself that low, going, "Oh, I'm going to be the last guy
Nah.
in a train," and then getting there and be like, "Nah, sorry, the door's closed."
Nope.
That's. I mean, what the fuck is that?
Somebody's got something in that lineup, too. That's just
A few, a few guys were talking about it, and they're like,
must.
they got into the room and seen like all the Johnnies on the flare, and they're just like, nah, and just walk.
Must have
back
looked
out.
like a scatter flat.
Yeah.
Just real cesspool in there.
Nope. No for me.
Nah, that's fucking wrong.
Laugh it.
Well, that fuck.
I've
that-
never been on it, but I'm laugh it.
never, no.
Never. No, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, let's fuck it. That leads us in nicely. What about this situation with One Rep Max? What's going on with him?
I didn't even read that link that got put in the other day, to be fair. Like, I didn't ken the ins and outs of it. The only thing I ken is what folk post on social media about it, just kind of calling him all sorts, but I don't know the ins and outs of any
Oh,
specifics.
it's court
on-
papers lodged. I mean, it's like whether there's any truth in it, but I think they've seized his phone. They found
Oh,
evidence.
is that thought he got charged? Has he not been
He's
charged?
been,
then?
it's been up in court.
Oh, right. So he's been officially charged on
Aye.
it now.
So he was charged for voyeurism, like sexual assault.
He had an STD that he was knowingly passing to them as well.
Aye, so he was like,
Oh,
I don't know what the charge is.
One, eh?
So he's basically, just flaunting about. But he was taking pictures under the cubicle in a sunbed.
Yep.
A bird that was getting into the sunbed.
Seemingly there's more than just the 2 charges they've got against him. But he was giving these lassies this, I think it was herpes, I got told, and then basically telling them nobody else will want you now because you've got fucking herpes or whatever.
You're riddled.
And then like controlling them and shit. He would fall out with them because they wouldn't have sex with him and all this kind of shit.
That was in the article. The basically manipulation.
Well, that one came out on Monday or something, eh? Was it Monday? What you said?
Something like that.
Monday,
Aye.
It was quite lengthy. It was
Seemingly,
Roll
every
through
time he gets caught, he moves to another town. And then he left, he went down to, is it Cheltenham or JP's gym is?
right.
Something like that. He went down to Cheltenham. And then he was training out of JP's gym. He got sponsored by JP. And then a load of folk felt up here messaged about it. And then he got dropped by JP again.
And what's his bet like? I mean, I thought he was. Like, what's his deal? Because he was photoshopping all his pictures, was he not?
Obviously, it's a fucking weirdo.
He definitely photoshopped some of his pictures. I've seen them.
Yep. But he's got
I've
called
seen
out by
that.
that goob twice.
Oh, has he?
Aye. He blocked me for saying about it, and then he unblocked me, and then he blocked me again because of the last podcast.
The thing is, though, why Photoshop your images? He is a big guy.
He won an IFBB Pro card.
This is my point.
But
Like,
he was
it's
still
not like he's
photoshopping after it.
Aye, but why? That's what I don't get.
Sheed's obviously fucked, isn't it?
Just looking at himself and seeing a fucking total skinny cunt.
Yep.
It's like once you want do one of the things, it's just constant.
Aye, you can't really go back.
It's like,
'cause-
now I can't stop doing that.
Aye.
It's like
Taking pictures on the sunbed cubicles.
no. Maybe.
I don't know, like, what's the kick? Like, what's the thrill? What's he getting from it?
What, the photoshops? Or the
No, I
fucking
get, like, the
sneaky shit?
Photoshops is obviously he's trying to make himself better than what he is. You know,
You always have that in your head, though, eh? Once you've seen that photo that looks fucking banging, you're like, I didn't look like that, but I'm going to make sure I look like that every time now.
Aye. It could be, that's a good
I
point.
heard he takes a lot of train,
It must be, 'cause
pretty
it's-
much year round, so it's probably fucked his head,
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's pure
that the gutter?
scrambled.
potentially.
Mm.
A lot of bodybuilders' heads are fucked, though.
But you think it's just trend?
Nah, I think it's, in a way, it's the type of person that gets into bodybuilding, I think. And obviously, trend can make it fucking worse. Gear in general can make it fucking worse. But I think generally, people that get into bodybuilding are quite fucking self-conscious about themselves and shit like that. That's
Oh,
why they get
definitely.
into it.
Initially,
and
aye,
then
for
a lot
sure.
of them are fucking weird, I think.
It
Really.
seems to be that, like, it seems like I've never
I didn't
seen
go up and down
anybody.
with my mood though at all.
I've
Like,
never
I
seen
didn't get
anybody
fucking-
that's been like, you know, like on a normal cycle that's not got training in it
Aye.
and go and fucking do lally. But it seems to be the common denominator. Somebody's went a bit absolutely fucking ape shit, and you're like, "You on trend?" Like, aye. And they think
It's
nothing's
like,
wrong.
it's like a myth thing now as well, though, because it's like folks say, like, oh, you need trend to have this certain look, but I actually didn't. Eh?
You didn't. It
And I
does
think back
help.
in the old days when they had trend or what they were using as trend was a lot different from what
was
this
it?
trend is now.
Paraboling back then. It was
Aye,
fucking
like-
different. It was
But you
better.
talk, I mean, you hear about the old guys talking about it. They were fucking terrified. Well, this stuff's
Well, you
like,
see
Aye,
some
but
of the
they
actual,
were
seriously
the big
potent
time
stuff.
Olympians saying, like, I wouldn't go fucking near it. Like,
They were taking like 70 milligram and cunts are
it
taking
rots your
700,
insides, too.
800
Like, completely
milligrams.
rots your insides just about.
it was Phil Heath was saying that he was like, would not go near
Nah.
it. He was like,
Well,
"No."
he
Aye,
didn't
said
need
never
anything.
touched it, I'm sure he said he never went near it at all.
I
He
don't know,
used
I
it.
think-
He
I
used
think
it once
I think
apparently,
he
and
tried
then
it a couple of
he
times and
seen
was
what
like,
it
nah.
was like. What the effects could have been on your insides. He was like, "There's no point. Like, you can get the same results just about without it."
I think
That's
less is,
good,
I think less is less is more of it though.
Yeah,
I think,
Adam Roxon, don't fucking talk about my trend like that. We're close.
To be fair, less is more.
I
I
didn't-
think 200
I didn't
milligrams
like
is
it.
the most you should ever fuck around with
How
that.
much?
I've ran it at a
200.
gram and I've ran it
I mean,
at
you said
200.
that. Fuck that.
And in all fairness, 200 felt a lot fucking better.
Yeah, fucking right.
And I didn't think it compromised the look at all, dropping to 200.
It can
That's it.
compromise your look running it because the
Aye,
fucking
'cause
stress
the
that comes with
inflammation
it.
and stress in
Aye.
the body. Aye, definitely.
Really?
Right, it
Just 'cause
affects you
obviously,
there
aye.
sometimes by like decreasing your look, and it doesn't make you look as good sometimes.
You getting, was it like inflammation or is it cortisol?
Inflammation, stress on the body because obviously it's so fucking toxic.
It's kind of like that is true. It can scramble your head, so
And
you're
it can-
stressing
it
yourself out. too.
scrambles a lot of people's fucking heads, like, eh? And obviously that's not going to help.
If you're constantly in a mood, you're going to constantly have your body fucking feeding off that, eh? Mental.
It's hard going that.
I'm
What
pretty
do
neither up nor down with it though. I had this conversation with Darryl the other day. I'm either grumpy or really grumpy.
Aye.
But fuck all else.
He's on level, so he'll not feel it. He'll just feel like this is sound.
Aye.
I've never had
Until the
that.
halo goes in.
Why are you so pissed off?
I'm not. I'm just grumpy all the time.
You're a perpetual, like, it's like somebody's annoyed you all the time.
Don't know.
Do you wake up
to
like
be
that?
fair. Sometimes.
Or is it like, you know, when you just sort of like, you wake up fine and you sort of ease into this fucking crabbiness? Or is it right off the bat?
People just annoy me, eh?
He's all right, and then the front door opens, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
I actually
Fucking,
believe,
here
see
we
when he
go.
was talking about his dreams, I reckon he gets pissed off in his dreams not being fucking violent enough. What kind of fucking wasted sleep was that? There was no, don't have violence in that dream.
I need to try and dream.
I've not had
I
a
feel like I'm
violent
missing
dream for a
out.
while.
You still not had a dream?
I don't dream, mate. I turn off and on. I'm a fucking.
Have you tried the
computer.
turbo dreams yet?
No, I've not. I've not. But you've not exactly fucking sold that to me either. Do you know
What's
what I mean?
turbo
Do you
dreams?
sleep good though?
I
Like,
sleep
That's
great. I just
sleep
don't. I
aid.
turn.
it's
I,
like
honestly,
good if you're
lad,
not dreaming for a
I'm
good
like a
sleep,
fucking computer. I'm like off, and then I just turn back on, and there's nothing that happens in between.
Nothing.
No.
It's weird.
But everyone's like, "Oh, if you dream, that's when you're in a deep sleep." I'm like, "But
Supposedly, aye.
aye, but like I can sleep for like 5-6 hours, and I'm completely rested, very sound, no fucking
Because how long your
tiredness.
sleep
or-
usually is, aye? You doing 5-6?
Now, like since when I've been bulking, I've needed a wee bit of more, otherwise I feel a bit.
Mine's all
heavy.
over the place, man. I'm lucky if I get like 3 and then 2, then maybe 1.
It's because you're just off prep.
I know, but fucking it's a
Does that
nightmare,
mess
eh?
with your sleep?
Oh, it fucks it completely. You're up, like, near the end of prep there, I was up nearly every hour or 2 hours, eh?
What?
Just either, like, feeling uncomfortable or needing the toilet or waking up with hunger.
My snoring got really bad when I was at my leanest, which made no sense to me.
It's normally the opposite.
I know. When I put weight on, the snoring starts to stop. When I get really fucking lean, it's awful.
weird.
Which makes no sense, huh?
That is unusual.
No.
I'm surprised you didn't need a sleep apnea mask or that.
I probably do, mate.
You
I've just
probably
never-
did.
That's his tongue's not breathed for 5 hours.
That's why he doesn't dream.
That's what I'm talking about.
Does he
for 5
drink
hours
his
and then
fucking
he
souls
just
like his
comes back
body?
to life.
Fucking dying for 5 hours a night.
I just shut my eyes, I go into the light, come back 5 hours
Yeah,
later.
fucking sound.
Refreshed.
Like the spirits and all that says, like, for fuck's sake, here he comes again. Like giant.
It's on my
basket.
to-do list to look into it. Like,
What's the
You
way
can
you saying
get a
turbo dream?
Turbo Dreams. It's engineered muscles sleep aid.
Right. What's in that?
because the
Melatonin?
two, the Unwind and the Dream Sleep by JP.
Unwind and Dream Sleep are by JPI. Turbo Dreams is
No, I know,
engineered-
but they have to have. I took them loads before, and I didn't dream on them. Do you know what I mean?
engineered
I didn't
muscle
feel like
stuff's
they
a
did
bit
fucking
better, I
anything.
think.
I've always been freaked out by like sleeping aids because they make me feel fucking sluggish the next day. Like
Turbo
the next,
Dreams does
Never-
I know I said that they actually did hit me as hard, but anything else I've been like,
Yeah,
I was
I'm
the
not awake
same.
yet.
I
Are
used
you
to,
a morning person though?
I am now, like more so now because of the wee man. I'm bright and early. I'll just keep it that way now.
Forced into it.
Aye, but I kind of like it because you getting up and like getting everything sorted. It does feel better.
That's
Like,
fucking right, it does.
feels mega
You've still
better.
got the whole day, and you're
Whole
all,
day.
everyone's
Like,
boxed off by it. Yeah.
there's at least 6 o'clock rise, 5:30 usually now. Again, and I'm just used to it now. Eh? But
Five
because of
days,
prep, that was normal. Because you would just get up at fucking 5:30 and be like,
Oh,
right,
hungry.
I need to do shit.
Aye.
Because you only want to lie in your bed like, what do you fuck?
Was it just
Left there with your
uncomfortable?
thoughts.
Like your thought just thinking, I wonder
It's
when I
more
can
a
eat. I wonder
restless
if I could,
feeling.
if I could eat now and
'Cause
I
you
wouldn't be too
lie-
hungry later.
you're hungry, but you maybe it's no ready to eat yet because you're trying. You don't know what to eat fucking
Aye,
5
just
in the
space them
morning.
out,
That's
eh?
what, the best thing I found to do is like, see if you just go downstairs and started doing shit and it kills an hour and a half before you can it. You've got
You're
time for your
most
food.
productive at the end of a prep. You'll
100%.
just
So
get up and do
productive.
shit.
Unreal
Yeah.
how productive
Aye.
you are. One of the best feelings, I'd say, being that productive, eh? How you feel about it, it's just,
What do you
Nothing
think?
can
What do you
stop
think's
you.
going on there to create it?
you're just
You're
doing
just trying to
everything
get
you
busy.
can to hide the fact that you're fucking struggling
that.
with hunger. That's the feeling, eh?
So you just try to keep yourself busy, like
Busy
take
as
your mind
fuck.
off it.
Constantly busy.
Mhm.
And if you keep ticking, it does speed up the day, like, eh? 100%.
How long's that? Like at the end of the prep?
What when it gets to its worst, like,
Aye, so like when it, say you're
I'd
getting
say like the
productive
last
to the well,
6 weeks. Well,
maybe.
six weeks is usually quite. It depends where you are and how lean you are, I guess. Eh? 'Cause some folk get leaner a lot earlier and then they have longer,
Yeah.
and then some folk will not be as lean, but they'll maybe struggling. But I'd say 6 weeks.
So we're talking about. We were having a chat about tattoos and bodybuilding. Seems to be like talk about two fucking subcultures that have met, like tattoo and bodybuilding. Like they seem to have been these like sort of fringe, fucking interests that people have, and it's the meeting of two worlds, isn't it? Because now they're cool. Everybody wants to lift weights. Everybody wants to get big. Everybody wants to get tattooed. We're talking about like people that are tattooed going to shows. What's your experience with that?
Not great.
Aye, I'll let
Not
guys
the best.
answer that.
Not great more so on me because I got like my full body covered quite early on, and I never ever thought I'd be like, I don't know, really any decent at bodybuilding. I never thought like, oh, I'm going to start doing all these shows and make my way through getting like hopefully winning them and stuff like that. But now it's kind of like I've had the tattoos, now I do the shows, and it has kind of took off as in like the way I've been growing and stuff. It's been like I never thought I'd probably get this big. And then it's kind of making a difference with the shows, like high standard at amateur and that, eh? But with being so heavily tattooed, it is a fucking nightmare.
So what is the problem? What is it that they're
Showcasing the muscle properly, I guess, eh? Because they feel like it's maybe hiding it more.
It does detract for the physique a bit. Obviously, if we can use Dream Tan, it's sound because it covers it.
But I've seen like your tan and the tan that you use, and it's hard to tell
That's Dream Tan.
unless you look really, really closely.
Yeah.
You can't tell that you've got tattoos.
That's the one thing. The dream tan does make it like you make it look like you've not got tattoos, and that's probably like the best tan for me. But a lot like the Two Bros Federation that they didn't want it. They
It's
didn't want to see
banned.
it.
It's not that they don't want it. It's banned.
Well, it's banned.
Aye, so
but
you can't use
How
it.
would they
full
know?
stop.
It's obvious.
It's got a very distinctive look. So when you
Is it
do
like
Two
more
Bros,
gold than brown?
Aye. Plus, when you do Two Bros, everybody's using Pro Tan. Everybody looks the fucking same colour, pretty much. And then if you walk in with Dream Tan on, you stick out like a sore thumb.
This fucking
And-
bronze statue walking on stage.
Is quite noticeable.
What's the score if they were like what are you going to get marked down for more showing up with the wrong tan or showing up with tattoos?
I think when it comes to Dream Tan, they'll just disqualify you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really?
It's not even that they'll mark you down.
But
They'll
they'd probably let you continue, but they'd just be like, you're
Aye,
not,
you're
we're
they'll
not
just
getting
no
judged.
score you.
We can't allow that tan, so we're not going to give you anything for it.
Fucking hell.
I get the why, because when people used to use it, they were getting all of the laws and shit in the venues, and the venues were all complaining.
They're all booting off about
But
it.
then it's also
As
because
much,
obviously they want you to pay for the show tan, so it's more money for them. It's all a big money making
Because
thing.
they're
isn't it?
tan that pro tan, innit?
Yep.
And how
So
much
it
how much are you paying for that?
The tan, what was it, 70 quid or something for the
It's
pro
up to
tan?
70. Yeah.
Aye.
So they're basically
Every
locking a bit
competitor
of
has
extra
to pay that.
profit.
It's a good earner to be fair.
Right, see if
like
they
that.
were like paying 70 quid to wear the tan that you want.
I would
Because
pay
you're
70
tattooed.
quid to wear my dream tan.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, or even
You're paying
like a
it anyway,
penalty.
so
But it's
So-
actually banned in the IFBB rules. Any tan that can wipe off, basically.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
in the rules.
Oh,
Any
boy.
tan that wipes off, that's banned.
Maybe there's a gap in the market for. Like,
There is
all
a
these-
gap
There
somewhere,
is someone could, like, if they are, maybe.
but it's coming up with
creating
something that covers it, dries,
it doesn't wipe off.
and doesn't hide the definition. Because if it's like with the dream tan, if it's too thick, it'll hide small details. And the same, you obviously get tattoo cover, like makeup product things, they hide details as well. So it's like,
So maybe Mail Dream Tan go like, can you do a version of this that isn't so fucking messy?
I can fucking imagine if it was something they could do, they would do it, because there is a gap.
Somebody
for
must
it.
be trying.
Somebody's.
Or like
Can it be that difficult?
venturing into it, eh? Because it is a quite a good market.
Oh, you make a
If you
fortune.
made something like that,
You make a fortune.
can make
Make
such a
tattoos
difference.
fucking people now, especially in the bodybuilding game. You
How
make
many
a fortune,
people are like, how many shows could take part a year? Like how many? Like, there must be
Loads.
tens of thousands of
There's
people.
shows
Around,
every week.
around the world.
Every week.
Every
The thing
weekend.
is, though, I think see like boys that are competing, if they have got tattooed, I've never seen anyone as covered as me.
No.
Mine's is a problem, as in like I've got to cover my whole body, whereas like some boys they've got all their top half done, but when they've put the tan on, it still looks pretty good when they're on stage. Like it doesn't look too bad, but the same goes if somebody stood next to them and the same neck, like big and conditioned, just as they are with no tattoos, they're going to get picked over them.
Are they?
100%.
So what would you recommend? Like, I think one of the questions was, what was it? So if
Got it on
some,
your phone if you know.
no, it was somebody that
It was,
messaged you.
no, it was me. It was if somebody's wants to get younger, wants to get tattooed, but is also thinking about competing.
Forearms and bottoms of your legs. Just that
Basically.
way.
I just wouldn't go heavy. Kind of like, because one
You know
of the
better
things
just
was
finding out
if
if you're
you
any
had
good
how
at
black
bodybuilding
you are.
first.
Do you know what I
Aye.
mean?
Aye,
There is
how heavy?
See if they went like soft black and grey. I think once the time went on, you'd be sound there.
That right?
You see some folk with lighter tattoos and they can get away with it.
Aye.
But I
100%.
think if you expect to get to a high level in bodybuilding,
Just don't get tattooed.
either don't get tattooed or you're limited to like your forearms, maybe a calf.
Aye, no hide the big muscle groups that show
There
the
are
detail.
like there's one or two like IFBB pros with like chest pieces or something, but they're light and they're very few and far
Did
between.
they
and,
make
like,
much a hindrance? That's the thing. Like you can wear tan and you still look good. Like they still look like a normal bodybuilder, no way covered in tattoos.
But I think good advice would be go and try competing a few times.
Yeah.
Before, and
Find out if you're going to be
find
good
out
at
if
it
you're going to be
first,
good at
yeah.
it first, or even
that's
if you,
what I'd done. I'd done my first show when I was 20, and I was like, fuck that. Left it, and then just done this whole thing where I trained, but I never competed. And then I think it was after COVID, I wrapped the nut and started taking it serious, and then it just took off. I was like, my body just was super responsive, and then I was like grown, grown without even like trying as hard as I could have been probably if I'd done it the years prior.
what do you think changed?
Just fucking.
Maturity.
Aye, being mature. No, it was, well, I actually think because
I
of
can
COVID.
answer this for him. It's getting shouted at by me and Brad.
Well, aye, they
That's
did.
what chimes.
Get a fucking scalding.
I did have two of the worst folk telling me I better fucking keep it going. So I
The best, not the worst.
Well, the best.
Move your arse. Hey, that's good. That's what you need. Like people,
It does come down to who's in your corner sometimes.
It makes a big difference.
Massive.
What do you think about how fucking soft people are? Like, I get this all the time. Like, how do you talk to each other like this? And I'm like, this is the fucking way it's done. People are so fucking soft.
They'll not do what needs to be done if they're getting told everything's all right.
No.
Sometimes, Ken. No, if that.
Cunts will take a slagging if it comes for a good place. Do you know what I mean?
Somebody's got your back. Like, get your fucking finger out.
get your
Like,
fucking-
what are you up to? Like,
Right, it's coming for a good place.
Aye, they're not just fucking berating you to be a cunt. They're fucking trying to help you. Home truths.
So some folk get broken and then that's it. But if you're not though, it just shows, Ken, you're willing to do what you need to do. You just need that push.
aye. But even like this, what I'm saying, like, I don't know, like, it seems to be, like, you hear all the generations, fucking different back in my day and all that, and it's like, but it seems to be getting softer and softer and softer and softer.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. You're like, well, what's the fucking point trying?
It's like people like, how can you slag somebody because they're fat? Well, because they're fucking fat.
Yeah.
Like, if they've got a choice, stop eating shit. Like, anybody that's put on weight, it'll be like, all right, I'm fucking ripping the arse out it, so I better screw the nut, better get myself sorted out. But it's like people want body positivity and to be fat, and you know think that they're fat, and you not to comment on them being fat. So what's the fucking world come like? What delusion are we living in?
That's fucked.
That's fucked, you're right. Like all these plus size models as well, so we can be inclusive of everybody. Like,
Include like what, like if you like see these people that go to be inclusive, like what are we including? What's the definition of inclusive that they're judging things by?
try and make fat people think it's all right to be fat, innit?
But where's the line?
See if you want to be
There's
fat,
no
fine.
line in it. There's no line in
No.
it.
If you want to be fat, just don't try and tell me it's healthy.
Aye,
Yep.
'cause that's the thing is,
I'm not
like,
getting
if
on
somebody's
board
saying,
with that
look, you can be fat all you
I've
want.
been fat. I wasn't healthy.
No.
I was far fat.
Did you feel happy?
Did I fuck? It was miserable, lad. It was shite. You look like shit. You feel like shit. Nothing fits you. You look like shit. Because nothing fits you, because you're a fat cunt.
Yeah.
It's wank.
Aye.
Nothing
people-
fits me now anyway, and I'm no fat. Yeah.
Nothing fits me for you still.
You ever been fat?
No, I've
No.
always been skinny before I trained.
Aye. I'd like to see you fat.
I've been
You
like
got a
on,
wee-
I've
you
been
know,
on
you
like
touch
the
fat,
fatter
like,
side for bodybuilding,
Right.
but I've never been like,
That's weight with a
Fat,
purpose, though,
fat.
do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Aye.
It's not just being a fucking lazy
The first
slob.
time I hit
Yeah,
300
people are
pounds.
clean.
Aye.
Like when we were in Portugal there, I was saying to Dale, I was like, mate, you eat like you know when somebody's been in jail
Mm.
and they eat that quick, like I need to get this down me before anybody else touches it. Is it, mate, you must like I think
Did
people
he grow up in a busy household? There's a lot of siblings. I mean, it just
it was
yeah,
way,
fucking the
way beyond that, man. I was like, what kind of
survived,
childhood trauma would need to happen for this to fucking take place? But it's like I think people have got I said to him, I was like, you must have a really fat soul. Like within there's a fucking fat greedy bastard, like just starving. But that's the thing is like you see people and you think to yourself like, what the fuck are you doing to yourself, man? And it just seems to be no limit. There's just no limit to where they'll go today.
I think they can do it because sometimes I'm like, when we're obviously trying to push food and all that, it's fucking so hard.
Aye,
It's
but
so
you're-
difficult.
But when you're bulking with bodybuilding, you're eating a lot because you're not eating shit all the time. These cunts are maybe only eating 2 or 3 times a day.
and that's
but
then
the
it's causing the
calorie-
same effect. Aye.
The calorie density of what the shite they're eating, donuts, pizzas, chippies, Ken. I've only
It's
eaten twice a
insane,
day.
man.
How am I gaining weight? Because you've
Aye.
had 9,000 calories in 2 meals.
Yeah.
That's scary. Like,
But there was Jack Cruz, the surgeon in America, was talking about the sort of arrival of these GLP-1 inhibitors, and what like, the food industry was doing was activating the part of the receptor that would turn off the response in the body, so you would just keep getting hungrier and hungrier and hungrier the more you get this processed food. So the more stuff that was in there, the more you would eat,
Right, so you
the
would
more
just
you would
crave.
crave it, and you would crave it. And what was happening is you was getting fatter and fatter and fatter.
Is that
Right.
not meant to be in Pringles? There's actually something in Pringles that makes
I
you
heard
want to
about
keep
that.
eating them.
All the ultra
Once you
high
pop, you
processed
just can't
food.
stop and all that.
Literally.
Aye. What was the whole thing about Coca-Cola? I remember it was like actually cocaine leaves was in the mixture.
It still is.
I thought they pulled that out. It was back in the day. They had
No,
that.
back in the day, it contained full cocaine as well as a hangover cure. They still use coca leaves for the flavour because
do
they
they?
did pull it out, but they kind of. I might be talking shit, but I'm pretty confident it's still fucking.
Have you ever seen like the old medicine bottles like from the 30s? You know when they actually sold DNP as a weight loss drug, like pop in for all the overweight housewives just to have a little bit of DNP. They had, I can't remember what it was like.
It's mental then, because back then there wasn't that many overweight people.
No,
There wasn't it? Was there fuck?
like the overweight people then would be considered like average
Normal.
size now, like normal size today.
Aye, they still use them in the hanging.
That's mental. I didn't even get that. It's class. Cocaine and cocoa.
I knew they used to. I didn't realise
It's authorised
they
by the
still
federal government for them to import the processed coca leaves, which they get for Peru and Bolivia. That's why they still put it in for the flavour they do.
Hey, what about this one? People slagging off gyms because their pals are opening up a gym in that area.
were. That's got to be aimed at somebody.
I know it must be. I don't know who it's aimed at.
Who's opening a gym in the area? Is there any new gyms opening up?
It depends where
Well,
the
no,
With the
person.
bell
Like,
end
can I
emoji,
remember?
which is always a
Who
struggle.
asked it? Does it tell you?
Aye.
Let me see them. Where am I looking?
Who's it aimed at is what we need to. I think there's always a bit of that
I
between
don't know.
fucking gyms, though, isn't there?
I
You
don't know
know,
where, I don't know where he's
He's opening a new
from.
gym though. In where?
Don't know.
is that no for through the West, though? I'm sure I've seen that question.
Aye,
Aye,
because I bumped into him the other week through Glasgow Fort Way, so he might be. So if there's any gyms opening through that neck of the woods,
Aye, so we don't know anything about that.
aye, so fuck knows. But you're going to get that. If your pals open a competing business, you're going to have folk shit talking the other one to try and fucking put cunts off. That's just.
I think any
folk
gyms
being-
that are close to each other just got to dislike
But
it.
not
It's
even
the same
gyms,
with,
just any similar
Flex
business, you're
and
going to
Muscle
have
Hut.
that shit.
They don't like each other, Flex and Muscle Hut, and it's just because they kind of came about at the same time, and
What's
And are
that
they
look through in
similar, like,
Falkirk,
are they-
though?
there's about half an hour between them. Aye,
Aye, but
Who wants best?
Flex.
I've never
I've never
Muscle
been to
Hut.
Muscle Hut,
Aye.
to be fair, but
I've never
it's,
been either, to be fair.
it's not as big as Flex.
But see, as decent as Flex is on your doorstep, why would you go further afield?
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
Can
Exactly.
it have to be a hell of a lot better?
It'd be if you live further
Dude,
away from Flex,
you
you
know
still
if-
make the journey.
I can constantly drive for Stirling to
I
train
know.
at Flex.
So you just-
Can an
like, I
hour
wouldn't-
each fucking way.
I wouldn't want to go anywhere else.
But you
to be
find
honest.
like that's the thing is like gyms are that different. I mean, it used to be back in the day. It was like you had a council gym or you had like a corporate gym. There wasn't really many kind of bespoke,
That's the
really
problem,
really
it's
niche
such a
gyms.
niche market here for like boys that actually want to do bodybuilding, eh?
But see, as far as atmospheres go as well, like Flexion is brilliant.
Aye.
There's no bullshit. No one's fucking causing any problems. There's no fucking. Can every cunt's just fucking sound?
Has there been anybody up to no good in the disabled toilets in there?
They don't have a disabled toilet, so
We do.
where?
It just gets used as a cleaning cupboard, mate. But there is one. There had to be one.
Yeah,
for
Is
the-
that just the one as you go in?
It's
That
not.
could technically,
It's in
but
the new
it's-
bit at the back,
aye, it's
right
where
at the
The
bottom.
new bit's been
Oh,
built.
so there is.
Yeah.
Oh, aye, totally. Aye.
Just doesn't get used.
I've never walked in that way, but I've seen the. Aye, yeah, I came with you that.
So nothing's happening in those disabled toilets.
Where
but
is
there's-
the toilets that this incident took place?
At this what?
It's been determined that it was done in Livingston Pure Gym
Oh, is it?
in the upstairs toilet.
So people don't know what happened, Mikey.
I don't know, gee, what did happen? It's a mystery.
Is it? Well, I thought it was at a different gym.
No, because we no one was sure, and there was speculation on it. To someone we know, took a selfie, and they're like, "Where the fuck is that room?" He's like, "Oh, I'm at Pure Gym in Livy," and we're like, "That's where it was done."
I thought it was a video.
It is a video, but no,
Oh,
we
so-
couldn't identify
Aye.
All right.
where this
So
individual.
the video is am I right? The video's been in the toilet,
Aye.
and then somebody's been in the toilet, took a selfie, and somebody's clocked
Aye,
the same
didn't
place.
realise.
And
Aye,
then,
so that's like right.
Yeah.
We've identified
So
where
we
this
can
video
be
took
doing
place.
You're gonna have to tell us about the video. It's not going to make sense.
You've
to
all seen
anybody
it, but
listening.
so I like how
I
this is
actually
like
never
dropped
seen it,
the
'cause
last
that's-
fucking.
I was like, nah, I've not seen that.
Aye, so
Well, you
some
know, I'll send you
You
a
was
letter.
the what?
You're going to show me, and I was like, nah, maybe not.
I'm not going to show you. I would never do it. I would never partake in the sharing
No.
of videos as such.
You don't want to see that. It's fucking
It's nightmare fuel, lad.
yeah,
Fucking
big
hell.
time.
But I have an individual who tried to put his own penis in his own bumhole.
I thought that's what you said. It's fucking...
Work out the fucking mechanics on that, and I don't get why. I mean, the only thing that could be amusing, if you managed to get it in there and it started to get hard, it would go.
You've given us a bit of
The conversation came up the day in the shop because I was like, "Why would you?" And I'm like, "I don't get why." Because obviously your willy erect goes the wrong way, so you're having to just stuff it in soft. Where's the point?
But Mikey, like, so you're like, just fucking right. So you're in the gym. Right, so it's took place in the gym.
Aye.
Have you went down there specifically to do it in the gym? Because it was a strange
I
location.
feel like you're asking me as if it was me that fucking done
No,
this.
I'm just speculating. Well, you said that earlier on the conversation came up, so I'm jumping on the back of this might have come up.
I just wanted to clarify for the viewers that it was not fucking me.
No, of course. So you're down in the gym, and then I've been at, like, we've all been in gyms many, many, many times. Is at any point have you ever been in the gym and thought, I've got a fucking idea? And you
I've
think
had many ideas in the gym. That is not one of them. In between sets, I've been like, I've got 2 minutes to kill here.
I mean, somebody's on the
that was done and
leg
dusted within
extension. And you
58
think, fucking
seconds.
hell, this is going to take 15 minutes before I'm going to get on this machine.
58 seconds in and out. Off.
That'd be how long it would take.
No, that's how long the fucking. That's how long the clip is. 58 seconds. In and out.
And did you hear
Done
a
and
pop?
dusted.
Did you hear a pop?
Did I hear a
No.
pop? I wasn't there, mate.
No.
Oh, in the video, sorry. Right, no. No, it was an unsuccessful attempt, but the fact the attempt happened is the bit that confuses me.
To what end? Like, explain what you think's going through somebody's mind at this point. Like, what are you thinking?
That he wants to shag his own bum. That can be the only thought. It can only be. What else you trying to do, yeah?
But why video it?
Pass.
Was
I mean,
it
if
not
you're going
an
to get up,
OnlyFans
if that's
thing?
your
I
thought, like,
make OnlyFans content.
was it pre OnlyFans, or was it like was OnlyFans?
Well, I don't know when it was.
I'm sure
I
there's
don't
an
know when it was
OnlyFans
from.
tag at the bottom of it.
Is there?
I'm sure there is. Aye.
I've not
So
studied
he
it
was,
that much.
he was
Look at
obviously
you.
fucking putting it on OnlyFans. I
Some
was trying to
fucking
look somewhere
detective
else
work going
apart
on
what he
here,
was
boys.
doing.
Check your OnlyFans and see your subscriptions.
Where the fuck is
I
that?
don't get where that thought comes into your head, though. Because, like,
No.
I says to you that a lassie messages me off the back of it and says, if I had a dick, I would try that too. And I'm like,
No, you wouldn't.
but that I've never thought about that ever.
Okay, what? This got me in trouble the other night, right? So, because
be
you
good, that should
mailed
be
that,
good.
I'm like, who is this lassie? So I've searched her name. And then I was also trying to find a video. I don't know if you've seen it. The guy's trying to set up his bird. So he's filming her, but he's like, oh, she'd get it. And she's like, have you just fucking said that out loud? She'd fuck. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
So Charlie's been using my phone and she's seen, obviously, a lassie's been searched and then she'd get it searched. And then she's woke me up at 1:30 in the morning and be like, what the fuck is this about? Who's this and what? She'd get it. Which, and I'm like, this is actually completely fucking innocent. But aye, that was great. But at 1:30 in the morning, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Well, you've searched she'd get it and then there's this bird below it and I'm like, I can't work this out. Then I was like, I have no idea. And then when I'd had a couple of minutes, I was like, right, this is because of that, and that's because of this.
Did you buy it?
Oh no, it was the truth. If she needed any proof, I'd have been like, well, because
Well,
obviously
There's the chat.
I've got the messages. Because the lassie was just like, in all fairness, if I had a willy, I'd try and stick up my ass too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you wouldn't though, because if you had the willy, that wouldn't have come into your fucking head today.
No.
And I don't think Mace meant to be fair would be able to get their knob into their fucking arsehole either. So
Do
she's
you
got
think that was-
statistics against her.
Do you think that was just blind optimism on his part?
I mean, he managed to reach it, so there's that for him.
Are you giving him a bit of credit?
He can have credit for that, to be fair.
Mate,
What's the
what
tag?
goes on with people? Are you checking the tag?
He's got to subscribe
So
later.
Mikey's checking for a tag on Instagram. Not Instagram.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Oh, aye, so there is. There you go.
Have we got our secret agent that can find all the information and send it along? So, like, can you get the lowdown on this?
Well, it's all on fucking Reddit.
Is it? What, all of that?
I don't know, I've not went deep diving on Reddit, but loads of folk have told me it's all over Reddit.
What have they said?
You just need to search his handle and it's all there. Oh, you want me to the handle? I believe it's Lord Dreyfus.
What? The fuck is that?
So I don't know if folk know this on Reddit. So if you upload tons of stuff onto Reddit and you delete your account comes up saying it's been deleted, but all your content is still on the internet for everybody to go and look at. Just because your account's deleted, everything you put up is all
what's
still there.
Lord Dreyfus? What does that mean?
I don't know. I've not got a fucking clue, mate.
Sounds like a vampire.
It does sound a bit sus.
Fucking weirdo.
But aye, it's all aye. You can apparently fucking find it all.
Right, fucking next question. Somebody must think I'm tall as fuck, which is obviously,
Nobody thinks you're tall
well,
as fuck.
this fucking question would lead you to think
is it?
otherwise. Like, the average height of the four of you.
You bring the average down.
Mate, that's what I'm here for.
Actually, you bring the average down. Take a
Well,
wank at it.
there's only two of us that are
Well,
over 6 foot.
obviously, I'm only 5'11", touching 5'11", I thought.
That's still decent.
I thought you were 5'10". 6
Fucking
foot when you put those high heels in your shoes.
Aye.
I'm about 6'3".
I like that you're wearing the same style of shoes though, with your wee extra inch too.
What are you, Adam? 6'5"?
6'5", aye.
You remind them that you're taller all the time? You remind them that you're taller?
No, he knows, but he used to look at my chin.
I'm fine with that though, because if I was any taller, I'd hit my heel and stuff a day
That's
anyway.
annoying, lad.
It would
It's
be fucking annoying.
It's funny, like, ducking doors.
Aye, any extra height in your job would be shite. Fine for doing lights, but when you've got to get under flares and under I don't envy you, lad.
That's fucking...
Every house I've ever been in, the lecky board's in a stupid fucking
It's
place.
fucking hell. I was doing one today actually, it was shite.
Like one
on
of
the
my
floor.
houses in a fucking cubby fucking hole hang that no normal human can fit in anyway.
That's not what you
Naked.
need. That is no good.
Back in the day, they were great. They were all just above front doors.
You're not
Easy
allowed to now.
How?
That's what
Because
mine is.
today with
Well,
fucking
next to-
fire exits and shit, and they're supposed
What, in
they're not
case that
supposed to be
causes
over a
the
certain,
fire, like?
not supposed to be over a certain height, and then obviously if there's a fire, like that's your escape route for going out. If it like falls down and shit.
And if it's too high, you can't turn your power off and all that
There's,
shit.
there's supposed to be max like 1,200 off the flare now for access and disabled people.
Mine's is way under that. Look if mine's is fucking 600 or 800 off the flare. It's basically on the flare. It's literally just taller than a gas meter.
I like how
one
you
of
think
those.
800 mil off the ground's fucking on the floor.
It is
Fucking is.
basically. Especially when you're looking
They
at
bother
it from
fucking
that height.
paying
It's
fucking
fucking-
giraffes.
fucking-
Two giraffes
That's
over your
your
shoulder.
escape
100. That fucking meter down there's tiny.
I need to basically lie down to fucking do it into the cunt.
Yeah.
That's on the flare.
That's
Shouldn't
what I
have
have to
to
do when
be
I'm
a guy.
changing them. I'm lying on the fucking ground trying to change these
It's
cunt
not gonna
things.
work as well.
Big fucking anaconda looking guy fucking in there
Aye.
trying to get the board onto the wall. And what about gear usage in younger kids in the gym? Like, I don't know what age
Aye, what's
this is.
younger?
Like younger kids, so I'm assuming that they're like
Early 20s.
aye,
Well,
they're-
we early 20s or
teens.
Teens 20.
I definitely took gear too young.
What age?
Sure, I was like 19 or something. Man.
I think before you're around about 24, your body's producing that much
you
testosterone
don't really
that you
need it.
just fucking
You
take
just started
advantage of
just-
that.
So what do you
I
think?
done it the right way. I done a natural show when I was 20, and then I left it, and then so many years after I dabbled.
I
What
was
do you think
natural
like the
till-
best like, strategy is there?
I
Because
think
you
if
see
you
these
can,
people just fucking rushing into it. They all think it's
You
weird.
need to find folk that are like just veterans in it, and then
Aye, they
they
know
can
what they're
find
talking
somebody to
about.
tell you what to do
Like,
first, but
so
if you can make
basically-
the most out of your natural
But some
gains
folk tell you the
first,
stupid shit too. Which
I
is
got
the
told
problem.
today really stupid
That's
shit.
what I mean, and you're
Aye.
fucked.
600 fucking, no, it was 6 mil T400.
Well, straight off the bat.
6
Not straight off the
T400.
back, it was old school Sus and Decker straight off the bat.
What?
But eventually, the worst fucking, the dumbest thing I got told was 6 mil test 400 a week and 6 mil EQ a week, 12 IU of growth a day, and fucking orals.
When was that?
That was when I looked like a fucking cloud.
Fucking hell. That's a look like.
The weirdest
Nearly 4
fucking,
gram a gear
it was
a
ridiculous.
week, plus your fucking.
I got the photo when I was running that. My head just looks really wee.
You're probably lucky
They look like
the way
skipped
your body
Eddie.
is that it could handle that much going in it. Fucking, that's mental. Aye, that is big.
I must have been. I met Mikey when he was like, I'm like, what the fuck are you?
Aye.
Like, my shoulders are bigger than my head.
How are you finding places like to jag all that? It's fucking oh,
Aye, every site was 2 mil going in, like.
oofed.
So what would you recommend?
But that's
like,
how
for
I
these?
ended up needing to get a gyno car.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Where did you do that?
That was 25, I
That's
believe.
mental at 25 years
Yeah,
old.
25, 26.
Is there not a picture of you with Zadrunas? And he looks tiny.
I've not got that, but aye, there is a
There's a
photo
picture
of
where
that. I
he's
don't
next
know
to
where it is.
Zadrunas Zaviscus. And I'm like, he looks like a boy next to you.
Aye.
Nah, you look tiny.
Yeah, and he's a big, he was a lumpy guy.
I was
Aye.
big and strong, but I look like shit. And I wouldn't have fucking...
You weren't
too
fucking
much.
strong. I trained you. You weren't fucking big.
You didn't train with me then.
Mate, you
trained with me after.
Every time I trained
And
you.
I hit a whitey.
You did.
I hit a massive whitey after like one set.
One set, I was like, this fucking, I was like, I need to get the pre-workout and everything, I'm doubling everything up, but he's going to be strong as fuck.
I'd had some questionable legs before I left the house. Came like, will they be all right? And I thought, fuck it. And they
What were
won.
you training?
Eh?
What were you training?
Just push.
we're
You
training-
But I barely got through 2 exercises. I'm starting, but I was like, I think I'm going to fucking whitey. I was just
Training
like,
legs, he hit a whitey, and then that was him. I was like,
I really hit a
Go
whitey
on.
training legs with Lee Priest. I got all hot and bothered. Like, I'm going to need to go for a pee quickly. And then the fucking, I'm like,
Brilliant time.
can start getting all hot in that. I'm like, I'm going to fucking whitey. I never, but I thought it was coming. Like,
Shit.
I wouldn't even minded waiting after that leg workout. I would have been fucking a deserved whitey, to be fair.
Aye.
That was miserable.
that was fucking sadistic. I'd done the run the day before and been out on the bike. My legs were in tatters.
Aye, I'd done legs 2 days before. I don't
Aye,
know
but-
one. We were both fucked, and
He's like, you want to train legs? I'm like, nah, not particularly, no.
Great thing to start here. Fucking train legs with Lee Priest. Fuck.
Aye. And it was that
aye, just trying to Tom Platz.
Tom Platt's
Was it?
fucking
Just
Uh-huh.
go fucking balls
sadist
to the wall.
workout.
Reps.
Just
Till you
ridiculous.
can't fucking do something.
I mean,
Aye, he wants you to rep till you can't move,
Aye,
and then hud the weight up while he pushes down 3 times, doing 4 rounds of that.
That'll end you like.
On the
Absolutely,
completely
this is just wet mince at this point, mate. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, you could get Rocky in here and just start fucking slapping the meat. I was like, there's nothing here. Like, I get what you're asking me. Like, I'm registering what you're asking me. Nothing's here, man.
It's when we're on the leg
Nothing's
press.
left.
I'm like, you can't do anything bad with a leg press. Yeah, you can.
I can.
What
just
are you
starts-
doing the leg
He just
press?
starts pushing it down on you.
No,
You
no.
go full, half, full, half, full, half. And he's like, right, now hold it, and then just starts forcing it down on you. Like, lad, what are you
Aye,
doing?
do your negative.
Nah, it was horrendous.
Aye,
sounds
it was
bad.
a bit of a fucking experience.
It was good crack.
So there's like a good round off. So like, imagine as a young guy, fancies bodybuilding, what likes tattoos, is thinking about taking gear. What would you say is
Be
the way they should go
sensible with
about
your
it?
tattoos and don't take gear till you're at least fucking 25.
If you're thinking about it, because it's one of the things that takes years, So you've got to think about it in the long run, as in, if you do want tattoos, you just get your forearms, bottoms of your legs done, if that. And if you want to, can you probably get your full arm done? To be honest, it wouldn't be too much a hindrance, And then if you're starting out, start out low as fuck, so your body can like venture into like the bigger stuff as you get through the years with it. Because it takes.
With tattoos.
You're looking at 6 years.
No, with gear.
With gear. Tattoo wise, I would say if you want to hit bodybuilding properly, then you get tattoos. Pretty much.
And what
But-
age, like, so 24, 25 is the age that they shouldn't be going under that for jumping on the juice.
Any of my pals that want to
I
get
was
into it
about
now,
20,
I
I
tell
think
them
I
what
was
to do with their
23,
bloods.
24 when
I
I
was
started
24.
dabbling, and then you didn't have a clue what you're fucking doing. Body doesn't have a clue what it's doing.
No.
So it's a good way to introduce it, but I got to
Like,
a
unless
mil,
you're,
a mil a week you test, Ken.
like, unless you're elite level,
And
I
that's
mean, like,
like
unless you're like
normal.
a fucking super genetic freak like a Lee Priest or.
But he's going to probably have guidance for that and genetics coming at the fucking like
Aye.
rimlock. Ken, it's going to be mental how he exploded.
They
way.
look at him before he started taking it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he had something that not
That's
many
what I'm saying,
people
like,
But
have.
I like to Ken who's giving him advice because it must have been fucking brilliant advice. Because to look like that isn't just accident either.
No.
I've seen a
Somebody's
picture of
helping.
his fucking dad competing in his 70s.
Who
You see that?
knows?
I don't know if it was.
It's different for over there too, I think, as well, because like they're quite their gyms over there are for bodybuilding, Like they have been for like back in the days with Arnold and all that. Whereas like over here, nobody can what they were doing, like training wise and all that. Ken, you wouldn't have found anyone that was really on the ball with bodybuilding.
That's what I mean. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it sounds like you have been in bodybuilding for years as well. But I mean, I remember it was such a fringe thing. Like people.
I
Like, if you
didn't. I
went to
didn't think you could
bodybuilding,
find
it was like
anyone.
it was like a real sort of.
In all fairness,
Subculture.
I think most people still don't get it.
We see
just
people
think it's
talking about
weird.
how they're like,
That's
no,
right, it's
class
not
is
a
going to
big
take over.
market here,
Nah.
Like
It's
classic's
getting
gonna,
there though. Like with Instagram, everybody thinks they can be bodybuilders
But then
now.
it's like you're saying, it's going that other way where it's like nobody wants to be big bodybuilders. It's this different kind of look. They want this normal, but kind of Chris Bumstead look sort of thing. Eh? That's
classic
what they
and
want.
that.
That's like classic lineups are so fucking.
Massive.
Aye.
And
it's much more,
physique's
it's much
even
more
better.
achievable.
Because they didn't need to do their legs.
You don't need to put, like, relatively speaking, like the amount of effort and drive and how much work you need to put in. Like it's not, it's orders of magnitude
How
higher
much
to
it
become a
costs, eh?
big.
Fucking mental.
It's a bit like, it's a big push. Like it's a huge commitment. Like to get into a classic physique shape is not that unobtainable relative to like an open bodybuilder. An open bodybuilder.
Because
you need-
everyone's got a shot in it, the classic look, if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I think you've only got a few that could really reach the big standard, eh? Because it is like unattainable, just about. I think sometimes.
yeah.
Unless
I don't think it's unattainable. I just think folk haven't got the balls for it, really.
boys, and
Well done.
you need to start at the right time too. You need to give yourself a good few years before you think, right, I'm going to go for this.
Aye, there's no fucking overnight. Like if you think about it,
It takes so long.
how
But people
long
don't
we've
like
been
how,
on it.
how hard do you think, like, say, what would you say is the timeline for somebody who is like, right, I'm going to have a crack at open bodybuilding? Maybe they're in the gym, they're training.
I'd
Yeah.
say for 22, 23, and you've got to be like monk style to it. Kind
Aye,
of.
For how
it
long?
depends how switched on to it you are as well and who you've got helping you. Because I've trained since I was 19. I fucked about for the first 5 years. I then got a little bit better, but I still only really dieted 5 days out of 7. And I'll probably say I've only been like locked down onto it for like the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I'm not.
You
I
try
think
and get
the
somebody to
last 4
stick to
years.
something. Like I deal with people all the time who are like, I can stick to stuff. And people don't last a month.
No.
And you
There's
say
no
somebody,
sticking,
you're
no.
prepared to do 5 years at this. that's
I think it
that's
take-
a big ask in itself.
It takes
5
you a while
years-
to get into
5
that
years
as
would only
well.
be like your foundation to it, I think.
Yeah.
Like after 5 years, and if you've done the work, then it's going to start getting a lot easier for you. Because once you've kind of got
Just
past
becomes
a
your
certain
lifestyle
point,
too.
aye.
Yeah, so it just becomes normal for you.
Folk
day
didn't
to
want to
day.
accept that. Yeah, the lifestyle it's not great. Ken.
There's a lot of sacrifice to
because
it.
it's like, see, when you look back,
I didn't mind
before,
it now either, but like if
when
you
you're-
tell a young lad, you're like,
Aye, didn't drink, no eating shit,
Didn't
didn't
go
go
out.
for that. Aye, it's aye.
didn't waste time with fucking people that aren't doing it, Ken. It's not going to work.
I knocking back the lads' holidays, the weekends, out,
100%.
the
Have to,
partying.
can't experience any of it if you really want to do it properly.
Yeah. There's a lot of distractions out there.
It just slows you down. So I was going to have a day.
Say
if
that
you
young
want to do
lad, I can't mind his name, but that boy that was at Two Bros at 22,
Connor.
maybe.
Lauder.
it. Aye.
Connor, bald boy. He's bubbly as fuck.
Aye.
Connor.
What a size to be at 20 fucking 2.
There's loads of prospects, eh? When you think
That's what it
about
says, he's like
You're
22.
like,
I was
if they
like,
keep
fuck
if they keep
off.
going the way they're going, they're going to look fucking unreal.
It's
How
like
young they are.
you think
I
you've been
know.
22 and the discipline and dedication you have.
He's
to
been
go and have it.
training for fucking, he must have started as mid-teens.
Oh, he's been competing for a while as well, to be fair. He's no new to it kind of thing. So
There's a big difference. as
being
well.
locked into it at that age, like,
And you've got the potential's endless then. Because you've
Aye,
got
you've got 10
years,
years on
years in
everything.
front of you.
Aye.
But how many
that
times
nobody
have you
else
seen
does.
somebody and you've looked at them and go, you fucking got it, man. Like genetically you've got it, but upstairs they don't.
this cunt.
Him. That is a fucking backhanded compliment, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, well.
You took that well. It was a fucking slap in the face, but I think that.
No, I know fairness, maybe not now, but in the earlier days of knowing Gaz, definitely. But he's locked it down.
Coming of
now.
age.
If I had given myself an extra few year and maybe not got as many tattoos, it'd be a lot different. But I didn't regret any of it, to be honest. It was one of the ones I never knew I would have been
Aye,
so locked into it.
yeah.
And now that I am, I didn't like it's class that I am now because I do enjoy it. And it's good to see you see massive changes when you're actually doing it properly, like massive changes.
But like, just physically or?
Physically come the most, I'd say, like noticing because you didn't realise sometimes how much tissue you're putting on sometimes like that.
Oh, you can't see yourself.
That competition, then I
impossible.
thought, oh, I didn't feel like I looked much different for last time. And then it's not until you get down to the nitty gritty and you realise, like, I've actually came on a fair bit. And it could be minuscule, but see, once you've got that fine line between, like, you nailing your prep, it shows, like, major.
Yeah.
100%.
How many times you competed? Well, how many times
5
you-
now. 5.
Yeah.
But that was like, obviously, if I count my first natural show, it's 5, and then that's what I mean. Like I never took too much into it. Eh? That's it. Just saying it was COVID, and then we started putting the heat on just as COVID was ending, and it was the first time I was getting coached actually. And that's what changed everything. See, when I was starting to get coached, that's what I tell anyone. Like, if you're going to do it properly, see if you find a good coach, you'll master it.
What changed for you?
It was falling into place with him, with Brad and Adam. And
You
then
gotta get a hang about it because you've just been told what to fucking do. And as long as you trust the fucking process, and
there's-
do
you
it,
need
you'll get
somebody that's
results.
willing to just do anything that you're asking them to do. And if they can do it, you'll shine through.
Like sell their boxers.
The thing is, when we first met Gaz's diet consisted of chocolate buttons and cans of Iron Brew.
Nice.
He was working as a
Joiner.
joiner on site.
That was
and
my breakfast.
he used to,
family
because my
pack.
mate used to work with him, and he used to catch him in the
Dairy milk
cupboard with
buttons.
chocolate buttons
And
and
a Red
that.
Bull.
And you would look at Gaz at this point, and you're like, nah, this doesn't fucking add up here.
How would they look like?
You
Still
look
look decent,
fucking
mate.
good for it, mate.
Still like
That's
decent.
what I mean by I looked at him and I'm like, you've got it, but you're fucking about because you're eating fucking chocolate buttons and shit.
That was honestly breakfast was chocolate buttons most mornings with a Red Bull, and then can you get your
Yeah,
pastries
that's
and
not
that
a
shit.
fucking breakfast.
So as a joiner it is.
But at fucking Easter time. That's crazy. And you
was
were in
like-
good shape.
Good shape.
Wow.
Kept it, had it. I don't know how. That's what I get confused about days. Like when I
I've
was
never
training
seen
in
you
that.
small. Even back in the Pure Gym days, about a decade ago, you always had a good
There was
bit of
like I
size
think
on
there
you.
was always muscle bellies there that wanted like I can if I did do it properly it would have been fucking mental, but I just always fucked it.
I
up,
remember
man.
my boy George. He's a big Kevin Levroni fan, and he tells the story. Don't know if you know this about his first show, and he was like working construction, and his diet
I
was
think
fucking
I've
shit
heard
and all
that.
that.
Aye.
And goes to the show,
He
and
can switch it on really quickly.
he
though,
went to the show and
fucking-
like no prep,
Aye.
and it was like he was in the
It's
crowd.
the same way all the bigger one, like even Dorian's stories, like he was just like fucking soon as he started doing stuff he went on stage, they were like, there's no point competing if he's gonna compete. And he was only fucking young, Ken.
Aye,
He
that's
wasn't even
crazy.
at his full potential yet.
I think that Kevin signed up to the show there and then, bought a pair of fucking like red velvet
Just went
trunks, and just went on and won the show.
Aye, did you not buy them off a stand that was at the show or
Aye,
something?
put
And
them
just
off a
jumped
stand
in.
and
Yeah.
I
just
think it's
jumped
when
in.
it's that easy for folk, and then you see what they like eventually came to. You can why then, eh?
Yeah.
Because it has to be that easy sometimes for folk to look like that without trying.
Yeah.
And then when they start trying, they're like, right, how the fuck
bang.
did you manage that?
Aye.
That's the difference in the genetics, though, where they say, well, sometimes you get young boys and they're like, do I have the genetics for bodybuilding? It's like, if you had the genetics, you'd fucking know. Do you know what I mean?
The fact you're asking,
Because it's
you
that
don't-
Everything
fucking-
would sit a certain
yeah.
way. Everything would grow without even trying. It is how it goes sometimes.
But it's even when you see these top tier guys, because I mean, Dorian used to talk about Flex, and he was like, Flex only ever pushed like 70% of what he was capable
Aye,
of.
that's the thing.
And he was like, Dorian was like, I outworked him. Like, I just went 100% all the time. And if he ever got his shit together, that was lights out. Like nobody could have got near him, but he just never dialed it
Well,
in.
you seen
because it came
like
too easy
Flex
for
and that
him.
competing. It just looked like they were like, "Can this is easy peasy. This I've had a wee year of prep and it's not been that hard. Doesn't look that hard. Ken, you see them? They were just like walking about the beach most of the time, eh?
It was a
Where they trained
lifestyle thing,
maybe.
wasn't it?
Aye, it was fucking.
But I
sound.
mean, they were that gifted. But remember, you know what we found the other day? We talked to George about this. And we pulled up the story. Remember the story must have spectacularly fucked his prep. And it was the story about the ninjas and the car. So it was like, Flex ended up in the hospital because he used to do martial arts. Whether it was karate or kung fu or something, but he was pretty handy. And apparently, like 4 ninjas came and tried to like steal his car or carjack him, and he's fucking leathered them, but he's got like sort of beat up in the process,
Aye.
so he can't compete. Like, he was definitely fucking went to Dunkin' Donuts or something.
Right,
Like,
kind of.
you've really been off, and they put
that's
that story on.
It's a heavy story. That like.
So you can just see like how these guys are getting it too so easy. But you must have had that. You must have had that kind of like as Adam's saying, like you've got something
Once
there.
we switched it on, like things started to shine through, like major, and then it obviously does show. And then the merit's been like that's what it's only been like properly the last 4.5 years.
Were you training
And
him
with
with him when
massive
he started,
changes.
getting the head together? And how big was the shift?
Well, it was big, like, but to be fair, the head shift took a while.
It
Like,
did,
even
yeah.
like his first prep, there was
What in terms of mentally?
Aye, like it took him a while to like properly lock in. There was like your first prep, he was getting shouted at quite a few times, like for fucking
Chocolate buttons.
I got chucked at the gym
he did get chucked at the gym.
just because he wasn't happy.
You weren't happy.
And I answered
Oh,
back once, I
it
think, and
was,
then he was
aye.
like, get the fuck out of the
It
gym.
was Brad. So I was like in the middle of this, right? So I was on prep, Gaz was on prep, and obviously Brad's coaching us both and training us both. Gaz is crab it because he's on train. Brad's getting crab
I was
at
fucking things
him
up, Tate, and I think
being
I was
crab
like, I must give
Gaz
myself
was
that time.
fucking up his diet as well, and then I think Brad said something to him. Gaz bit back, and then it just fucking kicked off.
I was being booted at the gym.
And,
I think that was
Gaz
2
got
weeks before
booted
the
out
show,
gym.
Tate.
It was fucking 2 weeks before the show.
Still done the show, like,
You did.
How did you do?
I won. So
So what did you get kicked at the gym for? Just answer
I
back?
answered back to something because it was just you get a hard time as it is, but I think we were all fucking just.
There was
It was
an
at that point in
atmosphere
time.
had been building for a while because Gaz was crab out on the train, and Brad
Well,
just
it was-
couldn't be bothered with him being crab out on the train, and he was getting crab out, and it was just it built up, and it was going to come, and
It
then
was
it
at the
did
point
come.
where I wasn't doing things properly, so you didn't
What
want
were
to
you
hear that.
doing? What were you fucking up?
It just was. I wasn't coming in how I should have been coming in,
Don't
and then
give
it
me
was
that politician answer.
was
Give me
eating-
one. Fucking answer the
eating
question.
cheating,
there.
cheating on my
Sweeties.
diet.
That fucking no answer
Oh,
there. Did you see that?
cheating, like that. It wasn't
They call you
sticking to
Macron for now on.
the, wasn't
Fucking,
sticking to the diet. Like
what were you doing? Was it chocolate buttons?
I just having stuff here and there, and like no
what
just,
stuff?
Like
Sweeties,
sweets.
pick and mix.
Sweets and that.
That was your
Just
thing?
being a fucking.
You told me the story with the fucking, was it the pizza?
Aye, fucking.
He's like,
shit,
I don't know why. I don't know why he keeps pulling out food. It's nothing to do with the fucking dominoes that absolutely smashed, and the weight's not went down. That was funny.
You do that when you stand on the scales and you're not like, don't know how. Fucking smashed it this week.
He keeps when he keep pulling out food. They tell me the large was it chicken pizza for Domino's?
Aye, it's fine. It's got chicken on it, protein. It's all right. It's a thin and crispy base. It doesn't count.
So when did you start to get in the rhythm?
After my first prep, after that first prep, I learned just fucking do what you
Do
need
what
to
you're
do,
told.
and it's so much easier.
What was the one?
So much easier.
What was the one you said go and die in a bush?
That was Dan McNabb told me after my last, towards the end of my last prep, when I said I was going to do one last show, go and die in a bush, he says,
So if people wouldn't understand what that means, what's he explaining to you do there?
just do whatever suffering you need to do.
Just go into the hole.
Nah, you
Just
go
take
to the
it.
hole and fucking get better.
It doesn't matter like what you've got left, and the end of that tunnel's fucking sound. So you can get through it. That's what I learned. Like
I
as
didn't
bad
go
as it
all
gets.
the way down last year, but I didn't fucking struggle with it at all.
That's good because that means like you probably be able to do a prep and no feel
Just
it.
because I'm busy, yeah. I don't know.
But that's what I've learned. See, that's another thing too. See, when my first prep being a joiner, I always said that I didn't think I'd do another competition if I was a joiner. No chance, because that really is fucking difficult. Because you're working with boys that didn't care that you're fucking struggling,
The physical job as well. At least I knew.
and if you can't keep up with them, they're not going to give you any fucking.
It's not like Sparks that they fuck all for loads of money.
Well,
and work a couple hours a day.
I'm a busy man.
He's actually been putting a shift in.
I'm under flares and shit all the
He's
time.
actually
Even at the
fucking-
end of a prep and lofts and all
Aye,
that
He's
shit.
fixing them better.
Gaz
I've done there,
put
didn't
some insulating. His first prep was doing insulation and went up £6. And he got asked, why are you putting £6? It must be that insulation at my lip.
he? Took a reaction to the insulation.
And I'm going, I'm up in lofts all the time. I don't put fucking
See
£6 on
fucking
guys.
imagine that starving, he's eating the will.
That shit is fucking horrible.
Oh,
though.
it's
I used
the
to hate
worst,
working
man.
in it.
That's the worst
Fucking
job going,
itchy.
dealing with that insulation. Apparently it's got better, but I don't know.
No,
Especially
I can't
if
even
it's
that,
fucking-
like,
It's slightly better, but it's still shit,
it's
mate.
like breathing that shit in, you're
Trying
fucking.
to fucking stuff it in and you're fucking surrounded by the shit, man. Fucking
It gets
horrible.
everywhere as well.
Yeah, but see, when you're fitting it too, you're just cutting through the shit with a handsaw and it's fucking fibres or whatever can, but it's horrible.
It's when I've got to dig through 500 millimeter to find a fucking cable. That's the worst.
It's all old and brittle and
Aye.
fucking...
Have
And
you
then
seen
you've
the
got the
lofts
green
now? It's
stuff
like,
at the
how
bottom.
much fucking roll? You just going to? It's like snow.
It's
You know,
500
like snow
mil.
that's like back
Those
on a
boys are
bank.
just coming in and actually do it now, eh? Like that's their main job, is just gone round doing all
Have
the
you ever had
lofts.
to try and get through this spray shit cunts have been using?
Aye.
No, I've no yet.
Have you? Is it
you were on a job where they used it. Nah, it's just
I
like
didn't care if it was like
the foam.
expanding
It's like the
foam,
foam. It's just like the foam.
Yeah, but
Kind
the foam
of
goes solid.
what?
Kind of like expanding foam.
Aye.
That goes rock hard. So is this shit like?
No, it's more like the boards. You can the Kingspan boards you can get.
Right.
I think it goes more like that, and you can saw through
Still
it and
get through it
stuff.
and
It's just it takes up the space a little bit, eh?
Aye.
Like it's.
Did you see that? They just put you and the thing just fucking grows.
It is a game changer. Like,
Oh, I
but
would
it's-
rather do that than fucking put the shit in.
No,
the
is it in
fucking-
lofts?
Aye, they just, it's like they
They'll
fucking
do all
just
your
spray it
walls,
and it
can they
just
do the walls with it and
expands.
all that, your outside
Aye.
walls and stuff.
I've seen it getting done in America. They just seem to like spray it on and
Aye,
they spray it on, put the sheets on, and that's it.
done. Bush. Easy.
Have you seen that fucking video with Wes Watson?
Who?
Wes Watson.
Who the fuck's
You
that?
guy thinks he's solid.
The jail boy.
Aye.
I can't even remember.
He's a fucking fanny man.
No.
Don't know who that is.
So there's a video with Tom DeBlas. Tom DeBlas is like a seriously hardcore fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu MMA fighter. Wes Watson's got his bird, sitting at the table. He's like, guys in jail don't take a loss. They're going to come and fucking tape up your family and all that sort of stuff. They're not going to take a loss and all that sort of stuff.
I've never seen
These
this shit,
UFC guys are pussies.
He pops up on like the reels and TikTok, and he's always doing the prison signs, his prison language,
Aye.
with his hands in.
Is it American like?
Aye.
Aye, and there's a video, and I keep fucking saying that Ricardo should be in this lineup because it's just like his homeboys all try to act cool and solid, and it's just got Ricardo written all over it. Just that kind of. I think I'm Italian, but I've got MS-13 look about me.
I think he could definitely pass through one of them.
I'm
Just tell him never to go to LA on holiday, it'll be alright.
But basically, Tom DeBlas is like, mate, if you were out in the street talking shit like that, you're not coming out alive. He's like, I'm a killer. He's like, you're not coming out of this in any shape. I'll just choke you out. Like this whole, you're going to tape up somebody's. Tell me you're going to tape up my family. You're not coming out here.
No.
So show you the video.
Oh, is this all the strength cartel?
This is Ricardo. Ricardo should be in that lineup.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Is that not a bit of him?
Guy on meth.
It's just fucking the gay parade, man. Check that out.
What is it? The show now.
I don't know. Fucking prison.
Oh, right, yeah.
Ricardo should be in there.
That is pretty fucking cringy.
He would fit in, to be fair.
Having his wee quad bike.
Can they've all had to like sit down and get ready for that video and stuff? You just imagine it all happening at once. You're just like, what the fuck?
Some camera guy, and they're there in the gym.
Like, right, everyone just kneel down here, right, and look hard as well.
This is the thing about. What do you think about all these fucking wannabe personal trainers? Where you know how that last time we were talking about, does bodybuilding need to get back to its hardcore roots? When did it become soft? Like when? So imagine it was on the hardcore path. When did it veer off?
I think when it came to like a lot of the
It'd have been the early noughties,
like the classic things, maybe.
I think social media is it's made it accessible, whereas before, like a lot of people probably didn't even realise bodybuilding was really a thing. Do you know what I mean? But now everybody goes to the gym, like with Flex Unit, for example. They join Flex. They see folk competing like me, guys, or whoever else, and then they see stuff on Instagram, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to compete too." You know what I mean? You didn't kind of get that back in the day. It's not the same. I guess.
I think it's a different calibre of folk too. You've got to, they want you to cater to them more too.
They're shite, basically, is what we're saying. It's no fucking.
Like I'll take a poke at this, and then they're like, "Fuck."
It used to be like people competed because they train, but now it's like folk are coming to the gym.
to train to compete.
Yeah,
Aye.
the wrong reasons, if you ask me.
You get a lot of folk that just do it once.
They
They just want the photos to prove they've done it, regardless of placing.
When I think back in the day, you would go in, it was hardcore gyms, guys trained like fuck. It wasn't this like,
But they boys were probably just training because they're like, fuck it, I'm going to train my fucking, like, my ass off. And then somebody's come up to them and be like, by the way, you should compete. No, I need to compete. Like, there wasn't probably in their head, because you didn't ken what you're capable of.
even you look at the way people train now, they train like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I hate all that fucking 4 seconds. 4 seconds, fuck off.
Do you know what does my tits in? Is see when you see somebody that's got 2 kilos on the fucking stack. But mate, we can see what you're lifting. Like, what's with the fucking theatrics? And there's usually a fucking tripod, a pair of Crocs. They've got them off. They need to they're training their fucking arms barefoot, whatever the fuck that's about. I'm like, wait, where is the benefit here of just being in your socks?
No.
I don't get it. I'm like, where the fuck did this all come from? Remember I sent you the clip for Too Buff for this? And the guy's
Send me a
got,
lot of clips, mate.
with the fucking he's got the clean and jerk. Guy's doing a clean and jerk with the fucking wrist straps on and drops it.
Yeah.
Snaps his wrists.
No.
Aye.
Oh, because he's attached to the cunt.
You're
You
not letting
don't
go.
use straps
No,
for
of course
that. They've
not.
got special
That is
straps so they
fucked.
can bail if they need to.
This fucking guy just did normal straps.
Just a
and,
Mongol.
and his 4 pals are watching it. It was like watching a fucking bunch of hyenas that didn't know what they were doing.
Nah.
And it's like, mate, this is a rest. Again, you don't want to really go in and put a negative shade on people in the gym, but you need to call out fucking stupidity. But the one that cracks me up is like, I don't know if you have got the same, but there seemed to be like a whole theme of lassies like, I want to do a pull-up. So they're all training lat pull down. Not one of them can get it properly. And I'm like, who the fuck started this? Like,
And then they put a video up of them doing one pull-up and then they think they're great because they've done a pull-up.
how many bands are they using to get a pull-up?
Well, there is that.
There's a fucking resistance band that's like, you could pull up the fucking end of the 4th Road Bridge with it.
Aye, then you've got all the videos when it slips off their foot.
Aye.
That's the good one.
They make me happy.
Aye, it's
They
funny.
make me really, really happy. But where do you think it veered? Because I mean, it was on a hardcore path, and then it's just sort of.
I think the internet, because if you think about it, back in the day, if you got into bodybuilding, kind of like how guys got into it with me and Brad, he came into Flex, and then those two are pretty big, started training with us. But that's how it used to be. The young guys would come into the gym, and then end up training with the bigger guys, and that's how they go into bodybuilding.
You'll notice for some young guys when they come in, what they're got in their fucking pocket sort of thing, because like some boys are just naturally strong. I was quite strong in what I'd done, and then
Mong
it doesn't go unnoticed, and boys will pick up on that and they'll be like, "Well, come train with us one day or something."
But
And
now
then it
it's
just
like they
follows
just
the
go
same.
on YouTube and they learn to train off that or Instagram, and then everybody thinks they can be a bodybuilder instead of learning for the people that have been there.
Dale showed me a new one that was even bigger than the wrist straps on the handles of the leg extension.
Don't know.
Has you seen the assault bike? The assault bike that you pedal and it's got the fucking handles.
No, I know what it is.
Wrist
but
straps on the handles.
that's
Wrist
a new
straps.
one.
Like, what the fuck do you think is going? Like,
So you didn't have to
explain-
use your arms then,
yes,
eh?
explain
Aye,
to me-
it's just
explain to me a
You
scenario.
try to stop and you're still attached to the
Ah,
fucking
fuck that, yeah.
Because the thing's going to keep moving.
Exactly.
But explain a scenario where you need to have, like, is your grip going to fucking go because you're moving a lever back and forth? It's not happening.
Miserable
Well, if you got
invention
such
of
small,
assault
girly
bike.
hands, you can't grip it.
She wasn't. She was a big unit.
What is it?
It was what was her name? Sporty Beth, and she like her whole bit is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you sent me her.
Aye, she
I think
I've
you
not
said
came
me
across
it
that.
her
actually.
whole bit is
Aye,
like,
you did.
how she's going to be a fit like postpartum, and that because she's not in what you would class as fit shape. She's fat, and she for anybody that needs any description there, she's fat, and then she's claiming that it's postpartum. So she's just had the kid. I think the kid's 18 and in uni. But the thing being is that she's really leaning into this whole like body positivity, and it's like, listen, Sporty Beth, let's take a look at what your calorie intake is, because I think that this whole I'm fit thing, and it does like you don't need to look fit. Let's have a look at what you're eating, because we're getting some signs here that this isn't like having a kid thing. This is I like to eat
As if
shite.
you're actively training, doing cardio in the gym, smashing weights, and you are still either gaining or losing, you're putting or no losing, you're putting a shift in the kitchen. Like you have to be.
Aye.
It's physically impossible to not lose weight unless you're fucking absolutely smashing the food.
Yeah, and there's pictures there before, and I'm like, you, and she's given to the, I wasn't happy, and I was like, fucking bet you were. I bet you were much happier then.
What was she weird before? Like,
Aye, she was like, but she was never like lean
That's
or
the problem,
anything.
because folk will go and smash the gym and justify it by having something shite straight after, because they're like, this is
I've earned it.
deserved now, ken.
Like going to McDonald's.
But it
and
doesn't
that
make
after
no
it.
sense. It's not going to do nothing. But fucking
But
second
it seems to be this whole like, let's all agree that I can eat shite and we need to buy into this delusion that I can still look good and you need to be positive about it. So what fucking pantomime is this that we're needing to buy into?
Nah.
Nobody's fucking buying into it.
There's
Nobody.
a small select few that can get away with it. That's but other than that, you can't do it.
Aye. Well, like you, fucking chocolate buttons.
No,
boy.
I got
Oh,
away with it
chocolate
for-
buttons, I've
but
got muscle bellies.
I was still younger then. I doubt it'd be fucking same result now.
I
Chocolate
think you
buttons, I
could
didn't
still
do
get
that.
away with a bit, like.
Aye. Yeah, so
Aye.
I think that's wild.
I didn't get really fat, It's like we've tried fucking the last 2 years. Like tried really hard.
Aye.
But it was fucking doesn't seem me.
It's hard for me to be happy for people to oh, I can't get fat. I've got fucking natural muscle bellies. I was like, a couple of big guys like, you should train, you've got it. I can't get fat. I wrecked my diet. 2 weeks got kicked at the gym, won the show. Must be shite being that good.
No, it was a fucker like.
So what about these fucking business influencers then?
Business
Or
influence.
the fake PTs?
I think the worst ones are the ones that message you, like, wanting to help your coaching business.
What do you mean?
The fucking business
I
coaches
get
now
tattoo
that
ones
tell you
all
they're
the
gonna
fucking time.
we're going to get you all these new clients and all this shit.
Aye.
But is it more so for your social networking, like as in like
I get both.
they're going to help you?
don't
They want to
fucking
help you
know.
with your business page or something.
I get
Because what
all
could they
fucking-
possibly do for you sitting in your chair? Ken, fucking.
Oh, are you struggling to get booked up? No. I'm not, mate.
We could make it
I
easier
get
for you.
those coaching ones, and there's just like just a load of shite, man. They'll apply to your story about.
What did they say? Like they're going to help you become a bigger
Basically, they're
fucking.
going to help you get more clients. I didn't read half. Of
But
them
you've
or
got to
the
pay them in
reply
order to
them.
do it or
Oh, it'll
something.
be a
There's no
complete
for free.
scheme, like.
Like pay us this much and we'll
I
get you
don't
an
do
extra
it to goodness of their
£5.
fucking hearts.
And probably the way they get you to do it is just to hammer everybody's fucking DMs until they fucking.
Well, you just
Some folk
that's the
bring
thing. A shite coach will just fucking go for everyone and then pick the fucking bunch that'll take them and be like, right, that's me got clients now. Fed them shite.
Because of like my semi decent social media, I get those mailing wanting to coach me for free if I share them and this and that. Like, there you go. I'm fine, thank you. You look at their profile and you think, no.
Well, they've got 300 followers.
Aye, but they're built. They just look like a normal human. You're like, you're fine, mate. We're not compatible. we're all right. You're fine, mate.
But I like that. What do you? I don't know if you get the ones where the messages it looks like it's been polished in LinkedIn. You ever get them?
It's when they mail you and like,
Oh, they
hey,
copy and
and it's your
paste.
handle. Hey, big my cost. I'm like, this is going to be bollocks. This is a sales pitch.
I don't read most of them when I get them. I just delete them straight away.
Yeah. Like the personal growth journey, and we're aligned and all that shit.
It's like my Instagram, Ken's I'm not interested in it because it all just goes in the hidden folder.
Is it?
Aye,
I clear out every week.
I get so
now.
much in that day now.
It's all fucking either live cams or cunts trying to help me.
Aye.
What about the ones where it's like I've set up a fake profile because can you message me? Can you
I
message
had
me on
one
my
guy
real
mailing me
profile?
actually being like, I can prove I can help you. I'm gonna make this fucking post go really viral, but I'm like, please don't. Stay off my fucking hingy. I didn't want look at the light, I like leave my fucking oh my god lad.
What's
Have
that
to block
on
him in.
Instagram? Or
Trying to
TikTok?
take over my social media management and how he's gonna be able to do this and that. And he's like, I'm gonna make this post and this. I'm like, leave my page alone.
I've heard that.
That's a
They're
bit
going to
invasive,
get you
like,
more
fucking-
followers and
Aye.
that, and they go like, "Watch, I'll make this post get more views," and you're just like, "Fuck off."
But
mate.
they've got 1 million accounts in their business. It's all just bollocks. It's not. You'll get real growth.
I
On
get
your
that the
logo.
ones that say will generate you more money if you buy into this and buy into this. You're like, what?
It's all a fucking scam.
Aye.
Like, use your money.
End
No.
of the day.
They're just preying on stupid cunts,
Yeah.
Ken, and they'll make a fortune because there's loads of stupid cunts out there. But I'm no one of them. You're no fucking. I'm not signing up to all that shite. Aye, give me your accounts. I'll run them. You want me to hand you my accounts?
No bother.
Aye, so here's my login details. You fucking clown.
Well, I had an example of one where one of the guys was like, "What do you think of this, Gio?" So it was basically a pitch to like grow and scale their business. The deal was for 25 grand for 6 weeks, they'll make your business a 6-figure business from where it's at with their proven method. And I'm like, this thing, like, yeah, I can tell you 3 things to do that would get you that, and you don't need to go like it's not going to take 6 weeks. Like 3 basic moves that people should just tell you because like, you're in the game. Like, hey, look, you're going to try this, do that, do this, do the next thing. It's like this whole, you know, the monetization of like masterminds. You heard of this?
No.
So it's like, say we're all in business, and we're like, right, we're going to go to the local area, and we're going to get guys together that are in the same sort of industry, and we're just going to share ideas. So, say Mikey's really booked up, you can refer business to Gaz. Gaz knows somebody that's needing, you know, Gaz's client that he tattooed's got, you know, a big project coming up, so he refers business to Adam. Go like, you can do all the electrical work in there, you know, and that it's this whole idea of like you have a net, like a core local network where yous are all sort of pushing, yous all want to grow, yous want to help each other out, and there's you want to join. Like guys are going, right, join this mastermind. We're going to get tennies in the room, charge you 10 grand each. So all yous are doing the work. Like what like the power is the 10 guys that are in there,
not the guy
not actually like fucking amalgamating the 10 people in there. Like, so what's he getting paid 100 grand for? I'm like, where's the fucking sense in this? Because you could go and reach out to especially social media now and be like, hey, look, you fancy this?
People that daft, are they paying these folk? I need to
Well,
send,
well,
10 grand.
look like you said,
I need to send that business
but it's
up.
like, it goes further because like how you can do this AI stuff now. You heard about the one with Scoops, where somebody actually generated a video of her talking.
She said that, actually.
It's
aye.
scary, mate. So scary because it was like everything was bang on. You could kind of tell it wasn't right, like if you're really looking into it. So, but some lassie, hook, line, and sinker, got convinced that it was her, and then came up for Newcastle.
They said
But-
she paid money on that.
tattooed.
Yep. And it was a video, AI generated video with Scoobsy's face, whole body talking, the voice nearly bang on and everything, saying, "This is me. Don't you have nothing to worry about and all this?" And
That
you're
would,
like,
that
"That's
would worry
AI."
me immediately.
Aye,
Yeah,
saying
there's
there's
guys
not
like
worry
see the guys that do the clips. They're like, you can say they want a description. They can go into AI and go, give me a description based on what Gio would say,
That's
and it'll go in and go, this is how he would say this,
That's mental.
and
That's scary,
and
though,
it'll
eh?
make a video. Like what guys are saying, it'll make a video, and it'll use all the linguistics, all the words.
But you could
and the way
change
they
the
write it.
thing of that. So you like, it could be something worse, admitting to something or
See
something that
all
you've
the
not
time
done.
with Joe Rogan
Ken,
and that promoting
That's a good
products,
point,
and
yeah.
you're like, I've seen that clip. I ken that's not what he says, Ken, but he's trying to promote this new vitamin or
I've
fucking
seen that,
constant.
What do you make of the whole fucking push of like people putting the Down syndrome filter on?
That's fucked up.
In all fairness, I didn't realise it was a filter for fucking ages. The first couple though, you're no noticing though, whereas then it started to become clear,
Yeah.
But I didn't. I was just like, fair one. Yeah.
But is it no they're using it to promote OnlyFans?
Aye.
That's mental.
So
I've seen that. Like you just scroll past them, you're like, all right.
There's a bump for
And then
it,
you,
yeah.
you
The
read
whole
one, and
bit
then
is
you're like,
like
this is a fucking
You know,
like they're pretending.
a hot
Ken,
bird
or
is
they're
putting a filter
faked
on
it.
to make herself look Down syndrome. Then
That's
like,
what
would
I
you?
mean. Is Down syndrome now attractive, and that's what's pulling folk in? Like that doesn't make
There is
sense
a
to
bum
me.
for every seat, mate. There is a bum for every
That's
fucking
very
seat
true,
out
but
there.
it's fucking
But
weird.
it
if
seems
you
to be a
ask me.
big push just now as, oh well, you know, like Down syndrome.
I've seen a lot of them, to be fair.
Unless they're looking for a new angle and no one had tapped into that angle before, so they're just
Well, it's,
sticking
it's
it
You
like
know
that
what it
whole thing,
might
like
be
use
is
an
it-
art market.
it
We'll
might
get,
be
we'll get
like,
money for
you know,
this now.
Bonnie Blue's doing 1,000 guys an hour or whatever the fuck she's doing, whatever madness she's doing.
She needs fucking shot, to be fair.
And it seems to be like she's just it's anything to keep that kind of hype around what she's doing, because it's like, how long is this
It's
going to
just trying
last?
to outdo the
Well, it's
next
this
and
little
the
clickbait
next and
thing,
the
eh?
next.
They want the views, and if they get the views and they get more attention,
Well,
they get money.
I thought these birds, I can't remember what the numbers were, but it was like a
Yep.
huge amount of millions of birds had, for less than 50 quid a month, had sold all their nude pictures on OnlyFans in 2024.
Aye.
And now it's like, well, where are you getting like, and this sea of women who are using filters and AI and all this stuff to make themselves appear nice? Like, what's your niche? And it seems to be why don't we do the Down syndrome bit? So people are like, oh, what's this new kind of novel
Mere
idea?
folk, it's just again, mere folk clicking it, seeing what it's all about, and interested, like, what's going on here? Like, fucking mental.
Aye, but I mean, I thought the Down syndrome bit was a bit fucking,
That's a bit wrong.
bit wrong.
Fucking
It's weird.
That's very, very weird.
Very weird.
Fat kids and parents.
Child abuse.
Would you make it, Mikey?
I don't agree with it. Kids not got the choice of what's in the fridge.
No.
When you're a parent, you are the one serving the child food.
Mm-hmm.
If your child is massively obese, you've done that to the kid. That's child abuse.
I never want to give my wee boy chocolate or that yet, eh? Just because, like, why would you want to give them that instinct to be like, I fucking need chocolate?
Yours is young to do though.
No, I know, but you know what I mean? It'd be so fucking easy, eh? Because you probably would fucking love it.
Aye.
But in moderation, it's fine.
Yeah.
Aye, yeah, aye. So if that becomes a
Mario
sole
needs
thing that
chocolate
your
Skittles,
child
but
You're not going to give him it for like, oh, I can't be bored feeding you. Here's a chocolate bar.
No.
That's
well, he gets it after he's had something
aye,
else.
that's the way.
Aye, we need to move the sweetie drawer in the house. Like, it was fine when he was wee, but now he can just
Get in the
fucking.
bar.
You go upstairs and you're finding wrappers. I'm like, lad,
Didn't
you need to wrap that.
Aye.
Oh, fucking absolute sweetie fiend, So I'm trying at the minute. I'm trying to like, right, where can I put this that he can't reach? Obviously, it's tall,
Right. So who's eating the sweeties? Like cut it out.
Oh, you'll
Just
know
get rid
what's
of
in
the
your
drawer.
eye.
Aye, just
Eh?
remove
Just
the
get rid of the
chocolate from
drawer.
the house.
Take
take that drawer out.
Or just lock it,
Who
put a
else,
lock on
no,
it.
no, who else needs to get off the chocolate? Because it's been bought for somebody.
Aye, for him, for his play piece for the school.
No, you cut that shit out.
Oh, you let him do it?
you just fucking said it's child abuse. Parents are in control of what's in the kitchen, what's in the fridge.
My bairn's not a beast.
No yet. If you don't get that
He
fucking
won't
drawer
ever get
removed.
fucking to there. He got tell.
Bill McLean.
What's that, Dad? That's
Just vitamins.
Makes
How
me feel
big? Like,
shaky.
how big is fat? Like, where's the line?
Fat's fat.
How big's the line? Because you've been fucking fat.
I've been fat.
Did you get your
I
fanny
did,
apron
I
cut?
did that auto myself.
You must have been really hanging over. Like,
I
really.
never had anything, you cheeky bastard. And you fucking ken I never.
Must have been really hanging over that fanny
I
apron.
expected to, but I didn't.
When you were fat,
What? Oh, no, I never had an overhang.
did you know?
No, I didn't have like, what kind of you get the cunts that.
The big
Big
tire.
bellies.
Aye,
Really?
mine's was just like, it didn't fold air on itself, you get what I mean.
Aye.
I was just at a belly.
Why is it fucking birds that get that want to give you nutritional advice are shaped like penguin out of Batman?
No.
You ever seen that?
Aye.
Is that not just that one?
The arse is gone. It's like where is you go like where? Why have you got 300% back and you're in the arse overdraft?
It's the
How-
ones that look like they've got the arse in the front instead, though.
Yeah.
And they've got
Like, what's
back
happened
tits.
there?
They've got tits in the back
Aye.
and an arse in the front.
Aye. And the
Like,
arse at the
what
back.
fucking combination of food did you need to eat to look like this?
Oh, yeah.
And they wear backless dresses. Like, you have tits on your back.
You seen the video with the guy, like, it looks like he's slapping his bird's ass at the sink. But she leans forward, it's the front, and you're like, oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, I see
Damn.
that. It's nearly as good as the wee guy that's slapping the pasta. He's mixing the pasta.
What?
The young boy's mixing the pasta and his mum's in the kitchen and he's like, this doesn't sound a good pussy. And she fucking slaps him.
I've not seen that one. I've
Oh,
seen
you
that
know?
like,
No, it's good.
no.
That's a good laugh. But he was fat as well. These fucking fat kids. The thing that I mean, you don't want everybody to get in shape because I mean, that guilty pleasure I've got is like, see funny fat fails. They make me happy, man.
A funny fat feel.
You get the videos on YouTube and it's just like fat fails.
Nah.
Like funny-
You'll need to send me some.
No, funny fat fails.
Just fat folk fun on that.
Like just them, I don't know, like going to the water park and coming, they go down the slide and they're hitting fucking terminal velocity by the time they get to there.
See that one? I don't know if it's a famous one in Europe or somewhere, but it's kind of, they fucking go high as fuck. And you see the big folk going for it, big
It's
style.
when you know they fucked it because they're in midair, really fucking wobbling, like they're really panicking. The arms and legs
they've got longer
they're
hang time
flailing
than they expected
because
to
they're
get.
thinking, shit, I've misjudged this. And you know that they went that high up. They're now
That's the one
looking.
that's like a shoot and you come off at the end.
Yeah.
And you're- Aye,
They're
they
usually like a blue,
fucking-
they look
like a,
class.
a blue slide, and it's got like a triple dip on the way
Aye,
down,
aye, aye.
and they must just ramp off the end, and you can tell with the way that they're flailing that they're looking.
You
going,
kind of 300
I'm
pounds
on-
going doing that, you're fucking getting some height. Like,
You see some of the folk and they're jumping to go doing it too, and the height they're getting is unbelievable. I don't care if I take the boss to go doing a shit like that. to
Did
be
you
fair,
know?
Like, not that whatever the one I'm on about. If I see it again, I'll send it. Yeah, this
I don't
thing's
need it. Like, I think it looks fucking class.
Yeah, it looks good fun.
You maybe.
fucking getting some height on them.
Shit,
Nick cunts
yeah,
enjoying
shit.
hitting that water, lad.
Nah, it does,
Nobody.
like, it does go fucking quite high.
They're
like.
going up in the fucking sky.
You know what I don't get? Like, you go to these water parks is the women in the full burqas.
Aye.
You ever seen that?
Aye, in Sri Lanka, I thought it was just one of these things that fucking folk just say, like, oh, a burkini or whatever they're called.
Is that what it's called?
And it's a genuine. I didn't know it was. I thought folk were just being pricks.
I've not witnessed this yet, but it's
Because when I was in Sri Lanka,
You know, the
it
full
was
just
a-
full
bucket.
bodysuit, canny,
The full thing and just the letterbox.
and they've gone in the pulling.
full thing, full like the feet and everything. They've got
this last year, it was a Slazenger one she had on. It was purple with the green Slazenger oil in it.
And these things keep them cool. Or
I don't think it keeps them
Must
cool,
be
but obviously
different.
religious
I
I
reasons.
was
they-
thinking,
cool.
like, what? There must be.
No, but they need to
fucking-
stay covered.
I know, but
So-
the heat and that, fuck.
And it must melt in that.
it's
Like.
black as well.
Aye,
you
they're
know,
always
the
If
man
you're
in
in the
heat
water, you'll be sound.
True.
standing in the queue.
The only thing is, like, I don't think they could go under because when you come out, you try and breathe, you're going to hear a wet bit of material, aren't you? So
I don't know.
that would have its issues.
Surely they can't swim in that either. It must be awkward.
But it's like a wetsuit or a dry suit, Ken. You can swim in it.
Oh, is that
Only up to your elbows.
It's literally like Ken. It's literally like a wetsuit
Oh,
with
right,
a with a head bit.
Oh, right. I've
I
not
get
seen
you,
I
I get
thought
you.
you meant like the whole
The
fucking
dre-
dress
it's like
thing.
the gown thing.
Aye.
No, it's literally essentially
actually
it's,
have like a
it's like
swimsuit.
it's a wetsuit, but with the head
That's
joined
mental.
on. Aye.
Fucking fair enough.
I've
Aye.
had a wetsuit on. I can't imagine wearing a fucking
That's
wetsuit.
like
in a
those
water park.
fucking morph suits that folk wear on stag do's. and
Essentially,
that.
Yeah.
essentially, aye. Yeah,
I've not seen that.
but obviously with
I'm going to
the
look for it when I get home though.
The letterbox.
So they've just
Aye.
went scuba diving, but it's because of
Pretty
the.
much. Aye, but it's
aye,
like
essentially, aye. But I'd always thought folk were just being wankers when they said that, and it was until I was like, oh shit, that's the thing. Okay,
I've not seen that yet.
Who's this one aimed at? Do you think coaches more interested in cash and posting pictures on here?
that's
Instagram.
probably 90% of the
Aye,
coaches.
100.
Then helping
That's
people.
what this whole
Aye, they're
fucking
not
thing's
interested.
about
They're
now.
just trying to rack up a client base to make money.
Everyone's a coach. Everyone's a coach or PT now. Everyone. Everyone can be one. It's mental.
See, when I started bodybuilding 10 years ago, my first coach for my first show, £30 a month. That's all it was.
And now
you-
an average is 150, 200 quid a month.
Mate, those cunts charging £500 a month.
And they're copying and pasting.
Yep.
Fucking honestly.
I can't remember who it was telling me. There's loads of countries using fucking AI for it now, writing diet
They will,
plans. on-
100%
was it you that
will
told
be.
me?
Yep.
Someone.
Yep.
Aye.
That'll be doing wonders for them. You think about it, because the folk are cheating on their exams with AI now.
Oh, if you just type in, I've got a female, 5'4", weight this,
Do
write me a
this,
diet plan, go.
Boom.
Then, done. Bosh.
£200, geez it.
Aye.
Yep. Write me a diet with X amount of calories, this much protein, carbs, and fats.
That just does it for you.
That's I've seen someone talk about this, and then this person also then suddenly was a coach as well, because they were talking about doing it with themselves, and it was only a couple of days later they were a coach, and I'm like,
Do we know them?
you do know them, aye.
Yeah.
Well, you know of them.
We still playing fucking charades here, boys, aye?
We're playing charades with this one. We've been doing it all night.
Why fucking, why stop now?
It'll probably help the comment. Folk will be like, who are you talking about?
We should have, we should
Tell
have
me
fucking
to do another one with the names.
aye, we should have just dressed up as the,
Log
you know,
in.
the Cluedo. So came in with the
That's
fucking
it.
outfits.
Caramel
and that.
mustard and fucking...
Tune in next time, you'll get the answers.
Aye.
You know,
Here's who
speculation.
we were talking
Like,
about.
follow, subscribe if you want to know who we're talking about.
You know, join our Patreon to find the names. You know, fucking £8 a month, we'll get AI generated fucking diet plan as well.
Aye. Who was that? We're all joking, we just made it up. I'll tell you,
I don't know who that would be aimed at.
Who?
Like who's fucking posting all the
Could be 90, as he says, 90%.
90% of them, 90% of folk you'll see are all full of shit.
Coaching used to
They
just
have
be
no
like
idea.
a side hustle for guys that love bodybuilding and helped other bodybuilders. Now it's
It's
fucking
a business.
everybody.
And it's big fucking
Cunts are
business.
making
Everyone.
10 grand a
Do you know
month
it's
and
most
more.
folk too that have done their comp and they're like, right, now I'm ready to coach.
See when
Yep.
you find out some coaches what they're charging per month, and then you find out how many clients they've got, and you're like, fuck me, this cuts on 15.
That's
a
worrying
month.
a factor too. The amount of folk like how many clients they'll have, and you're like,
Thing is,
you cannot be.
if you're doing it properly, like I ken folk that do it properly, and
Aye.
they are up
But the-
early, and they're
Aye,
fucking,
aye.
it's a
no,
graft.
100% it can be done.
Kind of
but-
folk cap their client base just because they're like, I have no more time to fucking do this.
It's obvious the ones that are doing it.
But if you're AI in the life out it,
Aye.
sky's the limit, huh? And you could probably tell.
That's
see if-
scary. That's scary because that will be an ongoing thing.
Aye, how many
That's
clients you
only
got?
gonna get worse.
500 clients? You're fucking at it. Or you're just copy and pasting every
We can
cunt
tell
the
because
same
what
shit.
happens is like I see this when you see guys that are really, really good at coaching or mentoring, their prices keep going up. And the prices keep going up because they're like the
People are
demand
doing it.
is way higher than they can supply. So they're like, no, it needs to be this. It needs to be that. Because what they're trying to do is that, you know, limit the access, because if it's too low a price and everybody's going to jump
Yeah.
in, then how do you service them all?
But if you set up a spreadsheet too, when you could fucking manipulate the numbers just by varying the heights and weights and stuff like that.
Easy money. That's what this.
you wouldn't
folk
even need to.
doing
You
that.
could get AI to read the replies.
Well,
You wouldn't even need to, you wouldn't even need to
that
put it
now.
in the sheet. You could get AI to go, there's the response, there's the particulars, generate what should be done.
Because I got sent a thing fucking years ago, and it was essentially a fucking macro calculator that just height, weight, this is what you should be, and go input it again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Repeat the process.
Oh, you can get that online easy.
Aye.
But the big thing that misses, like, I don't know what you think about this, but I notice it more so than ever is that people aren't really buying coaching per se. They're buying their accountability to something or someone because they cannot
100%.
stick to a thing.
That is a big part of it, to be fair.
It stops you, like, kind of if you've got to check in. Like, when I have my off-plan meal, it's generally the night after I've checked in, and then I don't have to, because if you have it midweek or to the end of it, you're going to it's going to fuck your check-in,
Yep.
And then you'll have to get a fucking grill in.
It's like when we've done a prep, and then you finish the prep, the world's your oyster, and you could go and just do whatever the fuck you
mental.
wanted. See, the last thing you want to do is do what you want, because there's just it's so hard to think, what should I eat today? Unless somebody's got it planned out for
This
you and
is
you can't
what
what
I
to do.
struggle. I
And
have
that's
to tell
what
me,
you
I'm like, what are you having? I can't fucking
It
decide.
does, to be fair.
exactly that.
I
can
So the
remember-
minute you've got the free roam to have what you want, you didn't want to do it because you're like,
You're not used to it. You
Aye.
don't care what to fucking eat. You don't care what you like anymore.
Sounds like Shawshank Redemption, they're fucking institutionalised.
aye,
They
don't want to leave.
don't want to leave.
The other week,
I like it here.
The other night, my off-plan meal was just 2 steaks and chips. I was saying steak and fucking potatoes anyway. It was just the same fucking thing. I just thought, well, I can just have more.
There was one prep where, what was it, 2021, or doesn't matter when it was, but at the end of prep, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to take a week off training, dieting, I'm going to eat like a normal person. Went up to Asda, I was like, what the fuck do normal people eat?
Shite, mate.
What do I get to eat here?
Doesn't it
Like,
just
genuinely
sound-
struggled and ended up just going back to my diet because I was like, I don't know what to eat here.
Thing is, see as well, see if your day-to-day diet, you're all right with it. You're all right with it, do you know what I mean? You've got no issue. You're not like, oh, fuck, I can't wait to get a pizza. You're quite happy eating it.
It's so
you're
much
in
better
that
when you do it
rhythm.
too. So you have your proper food and then you have that wee bit of food you're not meant to. It's so much better. Because I was the same, I was 3 days in after my competition there and I was like, I just want to go back to eating normal food, man, because this is just fucking, it's too hard to go, like, I'll go and get a burger or I'll go and get a McDonald's, or you don't want to.
Like, see, when I was on holiday last year, see, after the 2 weeks, I couldn't wait to get home and just say some chicken and rice with fucking veg.
You feel so much better for it, man.
Aye, because your body's used to it. It knows what it's doing with it. When you're eating shite day in, day out, that you
Oh.
didn't normally eat, you're fucking it. You're
Tired. The
Body's
tired's
all
aye,
over
it's
camp.
fucked.
You get that used to the food that you're eating, that when you eat shite,
Okay.
you end up getting the shits, a sore belly, because you're not
Aye,
used to it, and
aye.
it fucks you up.
Aye. I almost every time I go on holiday end up getting some kind of, not necessarily food poisoning, but my system is not happy.
I
And
just feel
didn't have
done
fun
in.
for a
I'm
few
just like,
days.
I can't be asked. Like, you went for eating, 6 times a day to, like, having free meals and you're like, I feel fucked.
Aye.
Like, it's not right.
But when you're on holiday too, especially if you're all inclusive, it's a carb heavy
Oh,
as fuck
it's so
menu.
much.
Okay, and then you're just like, fuck me. But I was napping through the day. I'd never get that tired, ever.
Aye.
Okay, 3 o'clock, I'm like fucking falling asleep.
That's what it is, aye.
And when you're doing your fucking big attention-seeking bit, we couldn't work on Ninja Air Fryer at that point as well.
Oh, mate, I keep making a cunt of it every fucking time.
What's
And
happening there?
I just keep forgetting to press match. I just put it in one.
Is it
roast.
better to talk about the day before and then do it again the next
Oh,
day?
literally the next fucking day.
I was
honestly.
messaging Robbie, I was like, look at this attention-seeking fucking Jesse, man. Look at him. Oh,
He's done
didn't
that
he-
on purpose.
Like, you've done it on purpose
I
because
was
you've
so
opened the
angry.
as well.
Both days late to work, and I'm waiting on chicken cooking. I
Fuck.
Do you know how you fix that?
press match.
Get a maid.
Yeah.
That's not your problem.
That's a good
This
shout.
is the fucking. Aye.
Do you not cook any of your meals?
Does he fuck?
If she's out, which I can't remember the last, I genuinely can't remember. Well, no, I cooked my first meal myself, my eggs. That's it.
Is that a fucking maid, innit? That's a good deal.
Aye, it's got
She's
an
good
easy
to
ham
me.
leg.
Aye. Do you tell your meals?
Everyone now.
Yeah. It's like that thing when you
You
get in
teach
a rhythm.
Arthur to make them.
Okay, now.
I keep getting shit off the missus because I'm like the mince is in the fridge, and I'm like I'll fucking cook both of them, just put them in tubs and be like, that'll do me. She's like, where's the mince? I don't know.
Cooked it all.
I've no idea. Don't look in the fridge, the tubs. But you get in that rhythm. Like you look at it.
It's a good rhythm. I feel like that too. Like, see, once I just can get that done, get that done, get that done.
Aye.
It's fucking simple, but it wouldn't be bad not having to do it. Like,
I wonder if there's more going on when you're at the end of the prep with the clarity. See, when you're like productive, other than the hunger and trying to keep busy. I wonder if there's something else going on in the brain.
I think it'll be great. See, because like you're stripping down, you're getting rid of all that old shitey fat.
you're just
Like
on the ball.
your
It's
body will be
mental how
clear.
much you're on the ball.
Your
Yeah.
body's
I've not- I've-
working
I've-
much better at that point as
I've
well.
not-
I'm not
Apparently
in case
done a
what you're
fast.
doing. Like, you're just boom, boom, you're there, and it's
That's
everything's
so much
easy.
energy the lean when I was really lean.
He
It
done
was
like
fucking,
a-
which
he
made
done
no
a-
sense because I was on fucking like 1800.
You're just
calories or
ahead
whatever.
of the game too. Like, so like you've got everything set out
Did
ready.
you feel really clear?
Aye, 100%.
See, he went to an
You can just think
alternative
about what
humour.
you've got to do next every time instead of like being like, I'm fucking tired, I can't be arsed doing that now.
You wake up ready to jump out of bed.
Thing is though, do you know how? See, because you're looking good too, you're on the ball with what you're doing. Whereas when you're getting heavier and putting on weight, you're just like,
Or you kind of
Can
get
you
up a
start
wee, it's
to
like
look
getting up a wee
shit?
bit. Not getting up as in like, I can't be arsed doing this a minute. It's just getting up as in like, you're just done in.
whereas on the way down, when you're fucking seeing kind day-to-day differences, you get right into it, I think, yeah. Kind it's exciting. Whereas,
It's like every minute counts when you're at your leanest day. Like,
whereas
doing
when
everything.
you're putting weight on and you just start to look shiter each week, it's like, you're just like, ugh.
You decided what you're doing yet?
Well, we're gonna
How's
go.
I?
Eh?
How's I says this was his decision though.
Fuck off! You agreed. You said fair play.
You could do whatever you want
You know
to
what
do,
I
mate.
mean?
I'm just here to fucking point you in the direction.
Gas buckle in, get it.
But,
what's the-
Steelers know that I like it.
what's the plan?
So we were obviously going to bulk, healthies, second bulk, and then hingy. But I want to know how everything looks after the surgeries. I don't want to. Right, we're doing this first show, and then a few days out, I'm like, I do like how I look.
So this you're just going to get.
I
lean as
want to
fuck.
know now
Right.
if it's a thing for me or not. Do you know what I mean?
No,
Fair enough.
Because if it's no, there's no
fucking
point
give
putting
any
myself
ammo.
through the fucking ringer. Do you know what I mean?
There is.
You would know.
Is there any point that you could get this lean and think, fuck it, I'll just do a comp the now?
Well, this is what I've got to say. Like, see if you're going to get that lean, you just do a
If you're
fucking
gonna go,
show.
You could
go
just
for a
dive
show.
into one because you
Aye,
might like,
but
We'll just pick one when you're there.
Come fucking September, October, when there are shows happening, and if I look great, then sound.
that's what I
Yeah.
mean. So you'll be
But
ready.
I'm not prepping for a show, if you get me. Whereas next year I would be.
Soft.
So
You secretly like doing one.
if I look like shit and I'm not happy with how I look and I don't like how the surgeries are sitting,
No.
fine, I know now. Do
That's
you know what I mean?
isn't that a bad idea? Because then you'll be ready, and then if you're like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm happy,
But
let's
if-
go.
That's fucking
if,
big.
if things aren't as
Get massive.
Get massive
but
as
if
fuck.
things don't look great,
Dude, they're going to look shit because
there's-
you're fucking not big enough. So get
To
absolutely
be fair,
smallest
massive.
though,
guy
to
in
be
the room.
fair, once you diet down,
Fucking huge.
once you diet down, you only get bigger straight after it. So you,
No him.
He
He's
was
got a
always
long,
doing a diet.
he's
Anyway.
got a
Fuck
fucking-
yeah, clean up,
guys.
tidy up.
Let's call a spade a spade. He's got a long way to go. Like, a
So-
long way to go.
but I think
He's not hitting no ceiling.
if
Like,
things
6'7" and not hit a ceiling.
if
Get
things don't
fucking
It's a
look
very
right,
high ceiling to
I
hit, to
can,
be fair.
Aye. It's a big ceiling. This is what I'm saying. Is like, see if you stopped acting faggy, trained like a fucking boss, stop that posing in the
Take
mirror,
that
and
6 milli fucking test 400 again.
like, straight
with
into
a 6 wheeler fucking EQ
Yeah.
chaser.
Yeah.
12 to 12 IUs of growth and fucking smash it. Can you imagine the Hulk
I wish I'd
level?
done bloods back then. My
Fuck
fucking
It
your
must
bloods,
have been
man,
like
get
jelly.
big.
my blood would have looked like a fucking
Need to fucking put it a
kind
spoon.
of like a first car's oil change after 30,000 miles.
It's-
Lump.
Remember
Just
just
black.
how you've recovered
They'd
from
be
it
like
without
fucking-
trying to.
It would have been like bleeding a break.
Aye, yeah. Ken,
But I tell
fucking
you,
There'd be no health protocol there then either, probably. It's
Aye.
fucking. I wish
Listen,
burst an artery and nothing spurts out. It just
Aye.
slowly jellies.
It's
Fucking
it's like one of the
Good.
block pipes, you know, and they're pushing it through it and it's just coming through like a fucking crayon. That's what
And all
Aye, you've
fairness-
cut yourself and there's no blood. Aye, fucking
I-
hell.
I-
There we go.
In all fairness, I think as well, because I am bigger,
I know.
I
I think that's what's worked in your favour.
aye, like if I'm doing a first timers or a novice or whatever, I'm probably going to be bigger than anyone else anyway. So I have the time to see how things look, I think.
I
don't
think
think
you're going to
it's-
look like a streaky pish, aren't you? You get really
I'll
big.
look fucking
really
great.
big.
I look great.
Fucking
And you look
proper
great.
big.
So is this
You'll
starting now
fucking-
then, aye? There's
No,
no.
well,
Stop
my bloods
bulking.
get done on the 16th.
Yep.
Right.
and depending on how they look.
So
Hopefully.
diet starts.
My only issue at the minute is my blood pressure, but it is
How
coming
long's the
down.
health phase? 6 weeks? How long's his health phase?
Well, he's running bloods after 6 weeks.
So that's 6
So
weeks.
Did you hear
2
his
weeks or so.
fucking Nancy boy antics last time? His blood pressure's probably
I
fucking.
was
in there.
watching. I did
Hey,
watch
fucking
that
hell,
one.
man.
Isabella.
Absolute
In case you
sissy
fainted.
buzz.
Got high performance blood at the minute.
What's your blood pressure?
We're down in the 140s now. It was up at the 70s and that. 170s and everything. It
It's
was,
fine, man. So don't need this.
Yes.
I've took some readings in the 190s.
I mean, it's you only need to worry. Like you only need to take a. You
I've
know,
had a couple that have been like, oh dear. Can you type into Google? It's like, can seek medical fucking advice immediately.
yeah.
And you're like,
I've had a couple where I'm just like, we'll try that again.
mate, at 200, at 200, that's when you just need to ease off
go
the
for-
gas a wee bit.
I
Right
find if
up.
I pull it really tight, I get a reading that means I'm not dying.
Just pull it tighter then.
The thing with the extra large cuffs and having big arms is it's like I can get 4 different readings
yeah.
in the space of 5 minutes. They're not that fucking accurate,
No.
really.
You getting
Mine are
headaches?
getting steadier though. Like they're starting to kind of tie in on kind of regardless of the time of day. And I'll always do 3 back to back just to kind of hang it. And
That's what I do.
they're getting closer.
We'll get
to,
one of the ones that just has the same reading all the time. We'll set it at 120. Just be like, yes.
Aye, you're right.
That's a sign.
It's like a toy one. Boop, done.
Sometimes I sit there taking it till I get a low reading and then I start getting annoyed and then I'm like, let's just pushing it up. Fucking gear, I'll try tomorrow.
The whole, it'll be the fucking, the steroid version of the Gotham City fucking bat signal for more gear usage. Just fucking, boom, and instead of the bat wings, it's just a syringe.
I am convinced though, as a bigger human, your blood pressure is going to be higher.
100%.
must
Like,
be.
no
It is.
danger.
Has to be.
I'm never going to be a 110 over fucking 60 blood pressure guy.
What's the target? Like 120 over 80 or something?
No, it's lower than 80, is it no?
I think doctors don't consider it an issue until you're continuously over like 150 over 80 ish.
Right.
So as long as you're somewhere under that. But as he says, is taller, heavily muscled guys, it's going to be fucking high, but you still do what you can to fucking.
I mean, you're a fucking full bore
A normal blood
hypochondriac.
pressure is between 90 over 60 to 120 over 80.
I mean, you'll
That's
start
the
freaking
normal.
out at the thought of taking a blood pressure
I'm
reading.
I'm a very relaxed individual.
You
I'll have
fucking
you
do you
know.
need a blood left.
I mean, I'm down to, I've been somewhere in the 140s over 70, and Hilly says that's good for me, so I'm like, sound.
Just
He
where
says
was-
it's good, I'm good with it.
I need to buy myself one.
You need to get one, aye.
I'll
Where was
definitely
mine?
do
I
it.
wouldn't worry about that shit.
If you're not gonna,
It's not affecting me.
if you feel it in your face, you're fine. I've had periods through bodybuilding where I can like feel my fucking blood pressure in my face.
Aye,
Can you?
see,
Ah,
mine-
that's
just
one
like
of the
kind of
reasons I
lying
mind.
there at night and I'm just like, I can feel my fucking pulse.
Aye, mine's
Right.
just
So none of
steady in
that.
the 140s to 70s to 80s now.
We were talking about this when we were away. It was like, how do you think like doing some sort of endurance, like see that working that cardio system for bodybuilders? Because it seems to be that's decent.
It's a high one.
I like the whole idea of how high can you get it. Like, see this whole like let's hit a fucking normal target. Who wants to hit that shit? How high can you get it?
I mean,
Yeah.
you can get it really high if you want. Your prize is death. That's your prize.
I've been going
Dead.
through the gates of hell like Ghost Rider. Like, who wants to wait till they're 90?
I don't want to
Dying.
wait till I'm 90, but
Dying on a
I want to go a
fucking-
wee bit further
care
than fucking
home.
38.
At least be big. Really big.
I'm big normally. I'm third place in this room, but normally I'm
But
up
in
at first
potential,
half the time.
at potential to where you're at, you're fucking tiny, mate.
Could be a
Everybody-
lot bigger.
Oh, of course.
oh.
Anything could be a lot bigger though.
No, but you're not even filling that bar halfway. We need to see Big Mike back
But
in.
we'll find out what's going to happen in the next few months. Cause
None of that fucking cutting shite's going to get you there. Cuts
I need
cuts
to
are for
see
kids
where things are.
and fucking
And you're the only cunt
bodybuilders.
in this room that doesn't agree with
They
that.
want to gay for pay.
What?
The bodybuilders want to gay for pay cut up because they want to show off
Oh,
the muscles.
sorry, I'm with you. Aye, gay for pay.
To just get big.
I'll do gay for pay if it pays
What
me
do you
well.
think of that? Like, see, I was talking to George about it, and I was saying, like, I always think back to when we watched the wrestling.
You were talking
And
to
you
your
were
son
s-
about gay for pay.
I was just
No, I was
thinking
talking to my son about bodybuilders.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
You know when
I was going to say, he's a bit young for that.
what do you
shall I?
think is more impressive? No, fuck no. Steady on. I'll show him that video of the gym in the toilet.
Exactly.
Fucking hell.
fucking
So
Kai
see-
Green and his watermelon or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Grapefruit.
grapefruit. Aye.
Grapefruit. Kai Green and a
Oh,
grapefruit.
Kai Green.
What's he done?
You never heard about that?
Nah.
Oh,
Oh, that's
you
why,
Is he
that's,
American
why
Pie that, like?
that's why he was a wee bit tarnished in the
That's how
suppose.
they reckon.
A wee
That's how he
bit.
never got the
Well,
lump.
he didn't. He never got kind
What,
of
for
what.
shagging a watermelon?
The grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Don't know.
That'd
Don't
be
I've
a
know.
bit
never
stingy,
seen the
isn't it?
video.
It's tricky,
I
yeah.
just know he'd done something
No,
with
he
a
was
grapefruit.
like coming up through the ranks, and you know how he done all the
Yeah,
used
he
to do all the
young.
erotic dancing, and he came on with the gimp suits and
Oh,
the
yeah,
hats
yeah,
and
yeah.
like all this sort of like.
Aye, when he's doing the cosplay shirt.
So he was doing all that, and apparently, like when he was skint and broke, people were offering him dough to do like gay worship or muscle worship or gay for pay or something,
And shagged the grapefruit.
and he shagged the grapefruit for.
I think there was a
for
lot of
cash.
that in bodybuilding back in the day, though.
Aye.
The females, especially. Was a
What
lot
was
of
that program that came out?
The
Netflix?
Was it not like the, was it
yeah,
not
yeah.
Steve? Was it
Steve-
Steve?
aye.
Who was the coach? I might be getting it wrong, but Steve Weinberger comes to mind, and apparently he
He's
was
a
big-
judge.
Was he the guy that was? Maybe I'm getting it wrong, but it was a guy. It was basically a guy that was. I can open doors for you, and he was inviting guys down.
I seen this.
That's
It
it,
was,
Harvey Weinstein, the bodybuilder.
Aye. Basically, it was like, you know, you're
But
looking
what- I
great,
think
and come
I
down,
think it
stay in
might
my
have been
apartment, and
when-
you know you can.
It was one. I mind seeing that clip because who was talking about
That boy that you know, what's his name? The Canadian boy,
it? Big Van
Big-
Wyck. It was Van
Aye,
Wyck, was it?
Big
not?
Van Wyck. He was
Aye,
talking
he was
about.
saying he was getting introduced. He was like, "Come to this house and we'll get you."
Is that who played Arnie in that movie?
No, that was Calvin Von Monk.
Yeah.
It's not like can it be Steve Weinberger, though.
I don't know if it was
He's like
Steve
the
Weinberg,
Olympia
but
head judge.
it was Van Wyck. It was speaking about how he was like, it was just a weird situation.
How did Gaz's bodybuilding career end? Pulling apart the head Olympia judge on a party.
There was
That's funny.
recently a guy that was spoken about in a group chat I'm in. It sounds like this type. He's the guy that seemingly he got Flex Lewis over to America and kickstarted his bodybuilding career, and it sounds similar to.
It was a whole like
He's an old guy now, like.
an old guy,
Aye.
like the
It might be
boys.
the say, I
Come in, I can open doors for you. Come and stay with me.
can't remember his name though.
I might have seen that clip. I can't like picture it perfectly, but I fucking remember it.
No,
happening.
be Weinberger.
I don't think it was.
fucking-
I think it was.
He's too high up for that shit.
And the guy was like open doors.
I
like,
think.
was
I
up there.
think. I
Maybe
know
not.
It
maybe-
might have been Rita.
What, Joe?
he's dead now. He's not.
I mean, they were talking about back when Big Van Wyck was competing, and he was coming up through the ranks, and it was the whole like, come down and we'll connect you with the right people.
Well, seemingly there's a bit of that in fucking Two
And
Bros as well.
It was like, we'll connect you right people. Come and come stay in my apartment. Open your asshole up. Let me have a look at you. You know,
Well, there's a lot of stories about fucking the two boys that are involved with Two Bros, and
what's
you,
the weapon?
you suck my dick, I'll get you a pro card type thing.
Is there
Who's that? The fucking. I've not heard that one.
no dream tan allowed on it though?
No dream tan on your dick, though. It doesn't let you taste the dream tan.
But it needs to be.
Dream
was
tan
it-
is
so
not
is
allowed.
it, was it
Get
pro
to fuck
tan?
That's
your-
it,
get
it's
to fuck
pro
your
tan.
dream tan.
Needs to be pro tan or nothing.
Well, that's me fuck my chance of ever getting a pro card now mentioning that.
Not if
So
you
what was,
chow
what
down
was the
like
story
that.
then?
Fuck that, eh?
You fucked it now, so get the whole story. Tell.
It was a few years ago this all came out. Basically, I supposedly,
Allegedly.
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 The rumor has it. It's not confirmed, of course.
basically this guy that's, well, I think there's two of them. Well, obviously, Two Bros, just fucking two of them.
Right.
But supposedly, I suck my dick and I'll get you a pro card. Not necessarily just the females, I'm led to believe.
Because the females have got dicks that can be sucked as well.
Some of them, either clutch might represent fucking dicks, aye.
That's well, like how much do you think that goes on at the top of bodybuilding? Because I mean, it must be. I always think that the bodybuilding's been a pretty fucking subculture. Must be all sorts of stuff that goes on there.
Especially because there's money on it now, you know what I mean?
There must be flies around shit to people that are into that kind of look. And then imagine being told that. Imagine getting that far into it, and you're right at the cusp of thinking you're about to break through. Somebody's like, "Well, I've got an offer for you."
Aye, but look at
But even breaking through
Epstein, Diddy. It's fucking rife at the top of any game.
Well,
eh?
I sent you that post about when they taught monkeys how to use money, and I don't know if you've seen it, but they taught monkeys how to
I've
use
seen
money.
this, aye.
And the first thing they says the outcome of it was they basically got involved in prostitution.
Aye, they
That's
used it
what the
to get
monkeys did.
sexual favours.
Aye,
It's fucking class.
so it seemed to be
It's
like,
the oldest profession in the world,
you
though.
do this and I'll do that. It's oldest trade,
Aye.
oldest game in the book.
Right?
But I mean, it's strange that it isn't limited to.
Humans.
Aye, and the monkeys are getting involved. They're like, "Oh, if you like this."
Mhm.
You're like, But what would that was what was the there was a fucking forgot what my point was there. We were talking about talking to George about bodybuilding and what's a better look when you see them absolutely shredded, ripped, or you see them fucking huge.
Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
What do you think?
Best of both, really, because you've got really shredded boys that are
Like
huge.
big
If
and
they
shredded
nail
at
it,
the
Ken,
same
it's,
time,
it's,
aye.
it's something you just can't fathom because it looks fucking. It is a good look. It's like having that. You kind of hard it is to obtain that.
Yeah.
To be that big and to be that shredded is fucking so hard.
'Cause I was talking to him. I was like, anybody like with enough discipline can get like shredded up.
Mhm.
They might not be big, but they can get lean.
Getting lean's easy.
But it's
man.
like, that's the thing
Getting
about
the
getting lean.
size is
See, when
hard,
you-
man.
Lean doesn't just happen. It's like you've got to get lean and then get away from it and then try again and then you'll get a wee bit leaner and then it's how many times you try to do it because it always comes out differently every time
The thing is,
you
as
try and
well,
reach it.
what I think a lot of folk don't realise with bodybuilding is all the biohacking that's involved to get that lean, because your body's not going to allow you to do that off its own back.
There
You
is
need to trick it, you
loads
need
of
to
hacks.
cheat it,
It's-
you need to fucking convince it that...
And two bodies don't even necessarily work the same.
Aye.
But then there's also like you think that thing where you suffer, you've got to suffer. But then sometimes you get down to that level and you've got to give yourself some replenishment in order for it to look better again, and then it gets leaner when
Aye.
you've gained it more, Ken. But folk don't realise that sometimes. They're like, no, you just need to diet. You're like, but if you
You've got to
replenish
push
it,
and pull it a wee bit, and
go up and down,
you
and then
do
the
when you're
body
dieting
works.
have to manage the fatigue to an extent as well.
Yeah. That was the thing I was saying. I was like, what do you think, man? And he was like, nah, big dude's like fucking the most impressive. And like what I was saying is we were comparing off-season bodybuilder to the ripped bodybuilder. And but you can admire both. I mean, they're two, like they're both.
Thing is, you get the
I
off-season
think the
bodybuilders that can look fat, and then you get the off-season bodybuilders that they are just fuller and look, and they've put 20, 30 kilos on, but they don't ever look fat. They're just fucking
That's
huge.
good. Look,
Do you know
I
what
think
I
the
always
best
thought
look you
was
get-
impressive was fucking Mariusz Pudzianowski. I mean, a fucking
That's
big,
a strong man.
strong as
Aye,
fuck.
aye.
And he just looked like a 300-pound fucking bodybuilder.
Aye.
Like just ripped, veins, shredded.
interesting to see how
abs.
he
That's
It
his
wasn't-
genetics where he obviously just stays lean. He's just
Aye,
like a
he's
lean
just-
body,
aye.
Ken. And you
He
can't
wa-
eat.
he wasn't
Even
a
in
bodybuilder,
his
Freddie,
50s,
that's
he
what I
was
mean.
ripped
he's
enough.
fucking great.
He was ripped enough. You're like, fucking hell,
But the
man.
point of even trying, you just fucking look like that. And that's the difference.
Can you imagine
eh?
being like that where you're that fucking superhumanly strong and fit?
Because he'll
at
have been
that
blasting
body
the calories too.
He was talking about eating like you were like, what do you eat? Like he's like during the workout, like pre-workout, I'm eating hamburgers and I'm eating handfuls and handfuls of chocolate while I work out because I'm burning that many
That's the
calories.
way his body's just taking that in and using it to a T, Ken. And it's looking the way it looks constantly,
Yeah, it's
which
just-
is mental.
That's wild. That's you just go, what a fucking freak of nature.
Aye.
What kind of biohacking? Like what's
Like
new in the
tricking your
scene?
thyroid to keep letting you lose weight.
Essentially, you're tricking your body to do something it doesn't want to do, because when you're lean, it doesn't want
Doesn't
to
want
be
to be
lean.
lean. It's diet.
Your
It's-
body's doing everything it
It's in
can
survival mode.
to
Aye.
get you to put fat on. This like, comes down to like when guys are saying about not being able to sleep at the end of prep. It's because your body is waking you up because it wants you to eat. It wants you to get
Aye,
fat.
essentially, it's telling you there's something wrong.
Aye, you
and
are
you need to fix
you
it.
are dying at that point.
Because being that lean is obviously not optimal to the body and survival. So it's doing everything it can to get you to eat, including making you feel like you have zero energy. When you're shredded, you have no energy. You don't want to fucking move, and it's because your body's trying to slow you down to conserve energy because it wants you to be fat.
But the
You're
more you
burning
do
your
it,
own
the more your
tissue.
body accepts that. And that's why I say, like, see, after your first prep, it gets so much easier. And see, eventually, you've done a few preps. It's like, you can where you're at. And
I
your
think
body
it's
does
more
as
you
well.
get used to it, rather
Aye.
because
It just starts to become
it gets
more normal.
easier,
Much
but it's
easier.
still shit.
If you're dropping like a kilo a week, your body does some math and it's like, you're going to be dead in 4 months.
Yep.
We need
That's
to
the thing-
stop you losing
That's the thing
weight.
too, where he's like, you want to do a slow diet because then it does help. It really does. Like, if you can spread out your prep and make it quite longer than it has to be, and it is harder to sit lean, I ken that, but like, see the less you have to lose every time just to get that bit sharper, it's going to be easier for you. Eh? It's like it's not going to hit you as hard.
And what kind of swings and weight are you getting when you're doing it?
Essentially, what like it just depends, really. Eh? 'Cause-
As in over the course of a prep, or what do you mean?
Because
start
I
to
remember
end.
I remember Nasser
Depends what you've got to
Nasser El
lose.
Sambati talking about Andreas Munzer,
Uh-huh.
who is arguably one of the fucking most shredded humans that's ever been. And he was saying that he never got any more than 8 kilos away from like show ready condition, which was sort of stage ready. And he was fucking. He wasn't necessarily the biggest, but definitely the most
Did
striated.
he not die for being just constantly fucking peeled?
Well, he did. Well, they.
Because his body was just fucked.
He was. He had
I mind that
serious
because it
issues.
was like he stayed that lean for that long.
Frighteningly lean.
Aye, but it was mental. Like to do it for the length of time he done
And
it.
it wouldn't go that, like, you talk about replenishing it and giving that like, you know,
Aye, he was
you're
just
putting a wee bit back in. I don't think he was putting much back in because he was
I
only 8
mind
kilos.
seeing that. Aye.
8 kilos isn't a lot. So, like, what would be a typical swing?
I think if you're having to drop more than 30, 40 pounds in a prep, then you were probably too fat. But it also, like, once you get really heavy and big, like over 300
Like
pounds,
40 pounds is 20 kilos. 44 pounds is 20 kilos.
you've got like more to come off. Like a shorter guy as well, there'll be less that comes off them.
Yeah.
It's
That's where it's hard because you get to a stage where you're that lean. Sometimes when you put a couple of pounds on, you've just got leaner again because your body's like working
well,
better.
it's more you appear to get leaner because you've filled up the muscle and it's pushing against the
and
skin.
then it's made the body look better.
Was that just putting the glycogen back into the muscle?
Basically, yeah, like a
It's
wee
filling
feed
out.
type
Because you
thing,
start to go that flat, like nothing looks like it's popping anymore, and it's actually starting to hide details itself. Again,
Just because the muscle's not pushing against the skin, you can't see it the same.
Yeah. You don't struggle with that?
Because I'm taller,
Yeah.
flatness is an issue for me on a prep, which is usually where I end up eating pizzas and shit to try and get the fullness back.
How's your diet work with that? You know, when you're trying to eat a pizza and you're not used to having that, like, kind of junky food?
That's like I can't. I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't think. I'd maybe get away with it, but I wouldn't be like he needs it. Like, you know.
But how's your digestion with it?
Pizza, I'm alright with.
Right.
Well, I tend to get like a pizza for Domino's, so it's not pure loaded in cheese. If I get one for like the kebab shop and it's got loads of cheese on it, it'll blow the fuck out my eye. So I tend to stick to like a Domino's because it's not too heavy in the cheese.
And is it?
Ken, what's in it too? You can actually fucking just consistent.
And what's your plan then? Your fucking grand plan here? You're gonna sneakily go for a show?
Depends how I end up looking. I might look like a bag.
Hi,
of
there's always that chance. Like, see if you get done, you're like, I'd look alright actually. Fuck it. Do it.
The way I see it,
I
if
just
you're
didn't know what the
fucking lean
surgeons
enough
look like
and you
that.
look alright, then you may as well do a fucking show if you're going to get there. Otherwise, there's no point getting show lean.
It's a win-win because you could either get down to that day of your show and you're going to get a lot for your rebound anyway if you want to go and go back
push
on
again,
plan
yeah.
and then go for it next time, which is
I want to know how the post-surgery shit looks.
You'll know how that looks though before you're like show
I
lean.
know.
Do you
It'll
know what I
start to
mean?
shine through, Ken.
Aye, no, yeah, but
So
I
if
need
you're
to get
not
down to
if you're not going to do a show, I would rather stop short of show lean
aye.
because when you push that far, there's always a little bit of muscle
Well,
that
there's no
gets
reward
lost.
to that because if you're not doing it at the end of that, you're just going to fuck with your head.
That's why I'm saying if you end up that lean, you may as well do a fucking show.
And what are
get
you going to
something
do
out of it.
if you don't look good?
Then I've got my answer whether I'm able to compete or not.
So what are you going to do then? What's the grand plan? You're going to get massive?
Just no, nah, because what's the point of putting my body
Hyrox.
through my ringer if I can't do nothing? No? So I'll just maintain a fucking decent shape.
Just get massive.
Aye, but there's literally unless I can compete, what is the benefit to going bigger and bigger and bigger
To
and
look
bigger?
fucking big.
I already look big.
Yeah, but
Have you
Right.
noticed anything now with your surgery that you're not happy about? Does it sound?
No, I'm not happy with how my stomach looks, but I think once it pulls in, it might be all right.
That'll be
But I've came
back and forth.
because I was lean, had surgery on the couch for 3 months. I've came out and went straight into a bulk. So I can.
But how long's it been since your surgery as well? Because I know when I got my gyno removed, they told me
October.
it's like 12 months before
Aye,
it's like done healing. So
October. Aye.
you've still got you're probably still kind of healing to an extent.
But with your stomach, you're iffy about it.
Aye, but even my because I've been bulking, putting weight on, and obviously where I've had the gland removed, Ken, I'm starting as the weight's going on, I'm starting to notice the void.
Right.
So you've
As
got
well.
an indent. That's what I had.
That's what you.
But that'll not be there
they just fill
when
it?
the weight comes back off.
No, what they did was so apparently the indent is just like the
Where the gland's not
Skin.
there anymore.
is sticking to the tissue behind. So all he did was he did this tiny wee incision and snipped away at it, and that let the skin sit forward.
Yeah.
But I think see once
See if you get bigger, that'll go away.
But as you
It'll
get,
get worse.
it
Way
will
better.
look worse the more fat you're carrying.
Yeah, of course it will.
Because even now that I'm in my off season carrying a bit more fat, I can still see a slight indentation.
I don't care
even
about the
though I've had
indent
it
because it
fixed.
won't be there when I'm lean.
Yeah.
But at the minute,
Mhm.
you know, it's noticeable.
Right.
So, and like with my stomach, it
What weight are you
seems
in now?
140 around the mark.
It's fucking tiny, man.
Fucking tiny.
See,
I'm 140
160.
kilo in life.
Aye, but I'm not fucking. I'm not 7'20".
This is true.
Like you.
So it's one of the
Fucking high
ones
tower.
I would like to know,
Mhm.
and because of the scar on my stomach, it's like below the scar hasn't gained any weight, only above the scar.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to know if that's gonna fucking pull in or
It
not.
will.
Do you know what I mean?
I think it will.
It will.
I hope it will.
It has to. It's just a matter of what you're happy with it looks kind of thing.
Right, another fucking
As
news.
long as I'm probably never going to be happy with how it looks.
Right,
As, long
aye.
as,
You know?
as long as I can trust who's looking at me,
Be
you
should get me
primarily. No, fuck you can go fuck yourself.
You should get me there, right?
You'll be like, look at the state of you.
Get
I look like I've been
massive.
chiseled out of marble.
you're
You're
going
like,
the
Adam's,
wrong way.
Adam's a bit
junkie.
fucking mild for my liking. You know, he's sort of taking the
He
middle
would be
ground.
honest though.
Would he?
He would.
I
He would.
I would be
If
honest
I'm going to put him on a stage and it's
Aye, 'cause
it
ultimately
doesn't
it's
look
his
right,
name
I'm
too,
going to
yeah.
need to tell him.
Aye.
But ultimately, it'll be your choice what you want to do with it.
If I don't look great, you do not let me go on stage. That's something I feel
it'll
would be
like, you
clear.
go on
Do you know what I
stage, but I'm
mean?
having nothing to do with this.
Aye. Where's your coach? Don't know. So with him, like fuck that.
No, but I think it would be based on how you managed to lean up. Like, I think if you put in a decent crack at it, I think you're going to look good enough to get on a stage.
I think I would do, but my issue is I don't know how everything's going to look.
I think it'll be all right.
I'm
Aye,
hoping
I think
so,
it'll be
but
fine.
I would like it to be all right. Do you know what I mean?
I'd like you to get big first before you get to there. Like 155.
But
155, sort of like we're getting in the
just put all the
ballpark.
weight back on you got.
Aye, you can cut up, man. You can cut up. Just get. Let's see how fucking supersized you can get.
I can't be asked with the disappointment next year if there is going to be disappointment.
I'd like
do
you to
know
be
what I mean?
disappointed coming for
But is it
155
not the same
kilos than
disappointment
140.
if you find out now?
No,
How?
because I'm not prepping for a show.
But even next year, we could say you're not prepping for the show.
Yeah, but I know I
Just
am.
see what
Whereas,
happens.
and I know now I'm not. Do you know what I mean?
Technically, now you are as well, because if you look decent, I'm sticking you on a stage.
Yeah, but that's at the end. That's a variable. Whereas next year it would be actually for that
Could be
purpose.
a
But we're
variable
getting away
next
for
year
the
too.
fucking
Yeah, but-
155 kilo whole fucking thing that we're doing here.
It would only take me about a month to get another 15 kilo on. It wouldn't be really fucking long.
I
Like.
think she did it, man.
Smash 4 grand a gear.
Yes,
Fuck it.
yes. I fucking like where this is going.
But I
That's it,
I would like to know how
Fucking
things
10
are
oxys
looking.
a day like NASA.
Mikey, see
And
if
I
you
hope-
put on 15 kilos more in size, right? You are going to peel back and love what
I
you
would
see.
look like a bowling ball, lad.
Look, it'd be a solid lean bowling ball.
Would it? Fuck, I'm not leaning the new. There's not going to be leaning another 15 kilos.
Give you something to fucking take off though. It'd be good. Be a good effort. See if you get back to the cloudy picture where your deltoid's bigger than your head. That's impressive, man. That's
I was
a
probably
look.
only a fucking meal away from dying at that point.
That was a good way to go, man. It was a good
But
way.
on that ratio as well, when I was at my fattest, between that picture at 150 kilos to what I was fat, there was only 15 kilo of difference. You know what I mean?
Aye.
I'm assuming there's lost muscle in there as
Oh,
well.
there
And then
100%.
a fat gain. So
100%. The fact I got down to
The
120
proportions were
kilos. you know what I
wildly,
mean?
like the composition of his body was totally different. Did you? Has any seen the fucking whole thing about Trump talking about Joe Biden was cloned? He's fucking seen
I'm
this.
trying to say he was deed or something.
Died in 2020, and it's all these. You see these pictures where they're
But
showing.
there's that with Bill Gates as well. Apparently died in 2013 in India.
They're still gunning for him in India.
I don't know.
Bill Gates can't go to India.
Mental.
They are gunning for him.
I killed a lot of young children, I think, did you know?
400.
How? I didn't know this.
Bill Gates Bill Gates calls it philanthropic capitalism, where he masks as being a philanthropist and offers to save the world whilst making shitloads of money. And RFK wrote about how Bill Gates wanted to take a seriously dangerous vaccine that they wanted the Western world to accept, but he had to get a trial to show that it was safe and effective, you know, the magic words.
So he did it in India.
And he fucking done it in India, and he killed over 400 children in that test, and the Indian government are gunning for him. But his friends in high places have made sure that he, gets swept under the carpet. But he tried to get it into the Danish government, and the Danish government done a study, and they said that under no uncertain circumstances that this wouldn't even pass animal trials in their country. They were like, nope, not a chance. And RFK wrote about it in his book. Basically said it was fucking crimes against humanity. But Joe Biden, who was the poster boy for signing after the law, seen the automatic pen. Fucking see when you think the world can't get any more nuts, and you go, what the fuck's going on? There's an automatic pen. Everything was signed using an automatic pen. So no president's ever signed any order. It was this sort of pen that automatically does the signature.
I've been dipping for a wee sushi now and again too recently. I've
Oh,
enjoyed that.
I don't like it.
I don't mind
I've
it.
tried. I feel like I want to like it, but I fucking
The
don't.
texture gets me. I'm like,
I don't mind it because
I
essentially.
wouldn't have it all the time, but see now and again, it is a good fucking wee dish sometimes, eh?
But I can't, because of the skepticalness with the fucking seafood, I'll tend, if I'm buying it, I'll tend to go chicken or duck.
Right.
And it's essentially just chicken and rice.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? It's chicken, rice, avocado, cucumber,
I get
bosh.
these rice balls out of it, and it is just a chicken. Oh,
I've not actually had one of them yet, but they look,
beef
Maddie
rice
gets
bowl.
them all the time. She comes
It's
back
the sauce they put in it, mate. It's fucking dynamite.
The rice bowls are alright, to be
They
fair.
taste good, like.
I'll need to have
Where's
a
this?
dabble. Okumi and Baki. It's on Bridge Street, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just up there, fucking Main Street.
Might be the fucking tits if you didn't order the crab.
That is no bad, like. I've had it a few times. I didn't get the sushi, like.
no.
Just get the rice bowl.
I've not been getting it lately either. I've just been getting that. It's called a beef chahan or something, eh?
Well,
and
you
it's
picked your times to get.
fuck. But it tastes good, like. I'm not like sushi is good, but there's better fucking food, I think.
It can be quite calorie high, some sushi too.
It's fucking seems to be the current bodybuilder fucking off-plan go-to. It's fucking
Aye, 'cause
sushi.
it's
I think because a lot of folk
clean.
at Disney ruin their digestion. So
Yeah, that's fair, but it's fucking gay.
the amount of
Not a
things I've
pizza.
seen, and that's what they had for their Christmas dinner last
Christmas
year.
dinner.
Aye, just sitting with trays of sushi so they didn't want to mess up their digestion.
You got to do it right, man.
I just
fucking
destroy it. Just go fucking food
fuck it.
trimmings.
It's one day of the year.
Aye.
I enjoy Christmas.
Was
dinner.
your
Christmas
go-to cheat like?
It's half the time it's whatever he's having because I can't fucking decide.
Usually use it in
Well,
Indian,
the
eh?
messages,
Did your
mate.
cheat use an Indian usually?
We've not had an Indian to be fair for a while.
They like
Is that
Indian,
not-
like.
fuck you. I was thinking they get swelled up in Indian.
I'm actually fucking
I
alright
feel
with
it.
it.
I feel
Doesn't
the
it? See,
same.
as long as it doesn't
That's
get
when
sound spicy,
He
I'm
seems to
alright.
eat it and he's sound, and see the next day for me, I'm like, fucking nightmare.
But I like to go spicy too, like.
My body doesn't like
How
it.
hot do you go? Madras?
Is it a garlic chili or something? It's
Aye,
pretty hot.
garlic
It's
chili
fucking
is quite spicy,
burns my
like.
arsehole on the way out, like.
There's a-
Feel it in the way out.
That's why I can't.
There's that,
I
what's that?
fucking hate that. I think this is just going to hurt once I've had this.
I
What's
like
the
the South
fucking
Indian
point?
garlic chili chicken.
Aye.
That's all right. See, Madras is
It
hotter.
never used to be as spicy, but I don't know. The place next to
They come
me,
maybe
it
just
got
fucking spilt some chili in it.
extra spicy.
We have got a good Indian up our street, like he is. They do a decent job, like.
Aye, that is good.
Aye, the bay leaf's decent.
They always
Then I got
come
one the
through.
Monday back for the uni and it was shit.
I mean, you saying,
Oh, it was fucking shite. No, I don't know.
is it watered in or something?
That's what it felt like. It was, the sauce was all watery in that.
Just trying to fucking get the last state away and fucking.
You
It
find
was
that
late,
sometimes. I mean,
to be
like
fair.
the Chinese get you that tea, you get a curry, and like, what? It's fucking at the tap.
Aye. I don't like fucking Chinese
Nah,
curries or that.
me
I do. Charlie likes them. I can't
I think
get
they're
on board with them.
stinking.
I think it's one of the ones that you get a good one, then it's really good, but getting a really good one.
It's the
I
colour.
find you need to get a selection in order for it to be good. Because if you just stick to the one thing, sometimes it's like it's a hit and a miss.
You're
eh?
the Chinese or Indian?
Chinese. And Indian, I like a good curry and like a good garlic naan in Indian. Eh? That's
Just
fucking
the
nice.
their curry sauces and that, like, you can't, they'll stain everything.
Oh no, mental.
What's the fuck is in
leave
that?
Leave that in the basin. It's fucked.
Right.
You get that washed.
Fucking curry stains on plates and that. Like, what is
You ever
in
get a
that?
chippy?
Eh?
You ever get a chippy?
Nah.
Feels like your inside's a lot of waxwork.
I can't.
I mean, I could handle a chippy when I was younger. See if I got one now, I'd fucking die.
I feel
fucking horrible.
if I was to hate, even a fish supper or whatever, I will feel awful for about 4 hours at the back of it. I don't know if it's the oil and all
I
the
used to be
grease or
hitting the
whatever.
big deep fried pizza, half pizza supper, man. And then see if I'd done that now, I'm like, fuck.
I used to like them like at
They used to
school
be
and
so good, but they
Scrunchy.
end you They completely.
I can eat one now. I kind of like
make
if
you feel
she's
dreadful.
having some, I can maybe have the kind of like one of the wee tails off it.
Aye.
But I couldn't. That's my limit. Any more than that, and I'll
I
not
didn't
feel
feel
great.
like out a chippy, to be honest. I
We
wouldn't go for a
fucking-
deep fried pizza. Fuck.
Me and Darryl got a fucking fish supper a few weeks ago. Just fancied
They're
it.
probably the safest bet. Like.
Neither of us felt great the next day.
Nah.
after it, though. Nah.
I
Can
think
that's
all
like
that.
your safest thing out of chippy, probably. eh?
It fucking is, but we didn't feel great.
Aye,
Like,
but Ken, if you could, like, Ken, like a fish supper, for example, the chips and the fish, and obviously all deep fried in that fat, it'd be interesting to see how much actually holds in that you're fucking eating. I think it'll be vile to find out, Ken, what I mean?
It'd be really. Aye.
And if your body's not used to it, it's just going to go right through, yeah.
aye.
Ken, burgers, pizzas, Indians, they're my sort of, I'm safe
That's
with
kind of
those.
what I stick to too.
You're safe with all of
Maybe
them.
the same.
Eh?
You're safe with all of them.
I can have an Indian, a burger or a pizza, and it'll not make me unwell.
Right.
Whereas if I had if I Chinese it or got a fucking or a chippy, I'm no I feel awful.
If I've had an Indian or a Chinese, I do not feel fresh the next day. Like,
Nah.
but I think it'd be impossible to feel fresh after one of them. Again.
I'm alright after an Indian, but Chinese is
Aye,
usually
fuck
no
you.
But the thing
great.
is, an Indian, like if you're getting a curry, nothing's deep fried.
Aye,
Can nothing.
true.
Like the rice is obviously whipped in fucking soy sauce and a bit of oil and that, but
Aye.
can Chinese, if you're getting like fucking salt and pepper chips or chicken or that, everything's fucking
fried.
everything it's all fried, so it's probably just
That
I always
is-
tell
that
you,
is what's
you ever get
fucking
like really
yuppie.
stuffy, like you've got a blocked nose.
when
after.
if I hate something like that, like I've said to you before, I start to feel like I'm getting the flu for about 4
Aye.
hours. It's awful.
Defo.
What the fucking? Why am I bunged up?
I think it's just an inflammatory response because your body does not want it in it.
Good.
Because I got pulled apart on the comments like you're not getting the. I'm not getting the flu, but it's the closest thing that I can explain.
I
Like
get that. You
I'll
start
get
eating with a
achy.
blocked nose and I'm like, what the fuck?
But like really, it's like really quick onset.
I'll get stuffy, like I'm blocking up. My joints will be a bit achy, and I'll feel shit for
I
a few
had
hours,
that,
and
and
then
we
I'm
went
alright.
to Port Avadi, and it was the same in the restaurant. But down there, I'm like, the fuck is like, what's this that's came on? It wasn't like a dirty meal or anything,
I've
like
never
a
had that, to
junky,
be fair.
like
No.
junk meal.
It's horrible.
Like,
It doesn't last long, a couple of hours, and then you're all right. But aye, that, and it like within half an hour of eating it, I'll start to kind of get bunged up, and I'll
Do you ever
get a
think that
bit
when you
achy.
came off prep, you start eating more, and then your whole fucking like immune system's just failing you? But it's like I get that just like, blocked up, dry nose, fucking minging because my body's trying to like take all this food in. But it's at the
It's
same
just not
time, it's
happy
no,
about it.
it's not working at the speed it
It
has
just
to.
it makes you wonder what's in like food because I mean I don't.
But
think,
some of the stuff you're eating, it's not. It can't be the food group because you eat that, so it has to be what it's cooked in. Do you know what I mean?
just
Like if I hear chicken, if I make chicken in the house, or I go get a fucking half deep fried chicken at the chippy, I know it's not the chicken.
No,
it can only be
okay.
how it's been cooked or prepared.
aye.
Well, unless the chicken's not
Well,
very
unless the
fresh,
chicken's
but
chicken was maybe a terrible fucking choice. You get what I was going with, right?
or raw because you've not turned it on.
Or fucking fucking. I'm hopefully not be out tomorrow.
You fucking better not. We know
You'll
you're
not
an
need
attention
to. Well,
seeker.
you're leaving early tomorrow, you know.
I'm fucking leaving really early tomorrow.
What time you leaving?
Need to get on the road at 7:30. To
It's
get
not
to
fucking early. What are you talking shite for, man?
Aye, but I need to
think
get up
fucking 2 in the
early,
morning.
and then I'm dependent on fucking 2 people also being at my house ready to leave for fucking 7:30. So we probably
right.
won't leave at
There's a
7:30.
squaddies going over.
3 of us,
just leave it. I'm fucking.
Who's going with you?
Mirren and Pete.
All right. Yeah, sound.
And then, but I've got furniture to take to Chrissy's shop, out my shop. I've got Scoobs' stuff in the back.
Aye,
of the
she was
back.
saying she don't
I'm
have
like,
stuff,
fucking look, I'm like, fuck me, I'm struggling to get everything in here, huh?
You better come back with a belt.
I better come back with a belt. You're fucking right.
Better fucking make it happen. You better not shop in the next pod with a fucking loser with a belt.
You better bring it with you.
For the championship belt.
I will wear this cunt, huh? I will.
Yeah, she was got a big enough
My
one
new,
for you.
my new tattoo uniform. Well, they're really like Hulk Hogan.
Was there anything else you want to cover, boys? Any other fucking places you want to go?
No, not off the top of my head.
I'm trying to think of this. I've not been in the gym enough to see any stupidity. Been too busy.
It's actually been pretty tame, to be fair. I've not seen anything daft at the gym recently either.
I've been gone late when it's fucking quieter to avoid the fucking Mongols.
I haven't seen anything fucking weird.
Like for clarity, that's the thing. There's a few people that use guys discussing this of what puts me off the gym. I'm like, come in and train, and it's great that people are in the gym. Let me be clear. There's a strata of people that come in that believe that they're doing something, and it's ridiculous what they're doing, and we're calling it out because it's fucking stupidity. And it's like, if you're coming in the gym and you want to do your thing, great, but don't try and clue into the idea that what you're doing is cutting edge or hardcore or fucking like there's some reinventing the wheel. You're just trying to do something and it's ridiculous what you're doing. And anybody that's trained long enough goes, what the fuck are you doing? So it's not to say that they're, you know.
I do like seeing cunts and you're just like, and you go and you try and be sound, you go and tell them how they should do it. They'll do it for one set, and because it's harder, because it's how you're meant to do it, they'll just go back to what they were doing beforehand. And you're like, all right, well, fuck you then.
So what about fucking last
enjoy your
one
injury.
to get before we get wrapped up? Beans and toast on
It's a nutritionally balanced meal.
aye. What's your
Yeah,
thoughts?
Carb,
Mikey?
carbs on carbs on
It's
carbs.
safe if you're neurospicy though.
Neurospicy,
Whatever
right?
the fuck
Beans on toast.
neurospicy
Does
is.
anybody know what neurospicy is?
It's people that like to self-diagnose themselves and make it sound cool. No formal diagnosis. They've just decided. Like I was saying that, right? No one decides they have cancer to be cool. But people seem to be at the minute because being neurospicy, autistic or whatever, it seems to be a cool thing to be at the minute.
Or
I know somebody
ADHD,
that talks
they're all
about
fucking.
that
Aye.
you wouldn't know that they had cancer because they tell you 20 times a week. Not mentioning any names, but they like to fucking dynamite.
they're like a bull.
But it just seems to decide.
When I had cancer.
But like,
Did you? Aye. I
it's
fucking did. I forgot for the 15 minutes ago when you reminded me last time.
it just annoys me, Ken. Like they read Google. Oh, I've got that. I could probably tell you I could probably relate to every medical condition one way or another if I really
Definitely.
wanted to.
That's because you're a fucking hypochondriac.
But it's just like, oh, I do that. I don't like being in busy places. Most people fucking don't. It doesn't mean you're fucking autistic.
It's so true.
But people, they'll read on Google, oh, that's it, I'm autistic. And they start
I
telling them
wonder
they're
what
fucking
medical.
autistic.
I wonder
issues,
what
so-
medical handbook. The technical definition is neurospicy.
There won't be one.
I've only heard this neurospicy. What's this?
Loads of cunts. It's just trying to fucking. It's like trying to make it sound cool.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Is it a thing? It sounds like made up
It's the
shit.
first time I've come across it.
Nah,
Is it?
the first
Yeah.
thing I've heard.
You see loads of the woker side of it. Or no one I know who is actually autistic says that.
That's the name they've come up with.
It's people I know that have self-diagnosed themselves that use terms
neurospicy.
like
I want to give you a
neurospicy.
picture of who would say this. So I want you to imagine. The vegan fringe,
I can imagine.
which is just up here, and they have the look that they throw orange paint on stuff and have a tendency to glue themselves to roads.
Yep.
That's the type that you're looking for.
Definitely.
But why do they need to call it something else? I don't like that. I don't get it.
I just
Is
don't
it
get
trying to
why.
make it
It's just
cooler?
the same route it goes when they're trying to say there's weird than male and female. Again,
fucking no.
I know, but that's just people. It's the people that they're trying.
But it's one of these ones like I'm autistic. I didn't choose. It's not cool or uncool. It just is, and it doesn't. What's I don't get it. Why try and make this cool? It just is. It's not cool. It's not uncool. It doesn't need a fancy fucking name.
It is what it is.
It is what it
years
is.
and years and years ago, you wouldn't be autistic. You'd just be normal because nobody fucking.
No,
cared
you
before.
were not normal. You were basically deemed as stupid, problematic,
Well,
and an autistic savant. You were just this. Can you see some of the earlier videos when they're dealing with autistics and they're treating them like dogs? They're rewarding them with a treat if they did something. It's like they were trying to train the kids like you train a dog,
Fuck's sake.
And you think, but they kind of understood it back then, But I don't think it's nothing to not be proud of. Like I don't mind being an autistic individual, but it doesn't. I don't. It's not a pair of trainers that you've just bought. It's not. It's not cool. It's not. It just. You just are. I don't get why.
Have you ever felt neurospicy?
It's such a shit term,
It's so. I've not. It's the first time I've heard it.
It
I'm
makes
just
me
like, what the
not
fuck?
want to be autistic. Not that I have the fucking choice.
Like
but
you're actually you've
Where
been
did you hear that?
you've become comfortable
you
with
see
being
loads of cunts
autistic.
fucking posting it
Saying
and
I'm
that.
neurospicy now, or I've got a new name.
Aye, but like he's saying, there's a certain.
Because that's only been made up recently. I'm fucking. That's mental.
I only
it's
came
a
across it
certain
the
look
other
of
day.
people.
Aye. That's the first I've heard that.
See, that makes me think it's like build. Ken, what I mean?
As it's totally made up.
Fucking
So what the
mental.
shite?
Do you know what I mean? Just the word's there. It's autism. Just use
So
it.
why do you need to change it?
Aye.
Because people need a cause. They need to be different. They need
Oh,
to.
they need to fuck off.
It's
is what
like the
they need to do.
saying. It's everyone's on the spectrum. They aren't. They literally aren't. It's total bollocks.
What fucking spectrum? It's the
Everyone's got a
autism
bit of the piss.
spectrum. Everyone's got a bit. No, they don't.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to say.
They didn't.
There just seems to be a label that's thrown about on everything.
There's a thrown about a lot.
I've got the TISM.
The
or
problem you have now
autism.
as well is you can claim benefits for ADHD and autism with absolutely no diagnosis. So loads of folk are just
No
labelling- Loads of,
diagnosis? With no
With
doubt.
no proof.
How?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Much can you get?
But I
you
could
can
just
just
go
go
to them and
about
say,
saying,
I've only
I
got
feel
one
this,
leg.
I feel this way.
They'd fucking want
Respect
proof of that.
and
They
that's
will
it.
start paying the benefit out before your child has a diagnosis or even has the ball
for
rolling.
fuck.
That's fucking mental.
And I don't get why. It doesn't make sense to me.
And then folk jump on that.
Ken. And it's just, so you have loads of people now just claiming that their children is.
No.
No, I know somebody.
Oh, my child's autistic. No, your child's on a really high sugar diet. That's your kid's problem. The diet's terrible. Your kid isn't autistic. The diet's terrible, and your kid's tuned to the fucking moon.
Yeah.
How about give it a vegetable now and again and some whole foods, and you'll probably see that your kid might actually start to calm down. But its breakfast is fucking sugar puffs. It lives on Coca-Cola.
Aye.
It's on McDonald's 3 times a day. Of course, your kid's fucking running through the fucking walls. Do you know what I mean?
No.
And it's tricky when you do have an autistic kid because their diet is restricted and you do tend to feed it what you can, but you can at least try and vary it. You know what I mean? Like to get vegetables in Ragnar, I need to build a fucking Jurassic Park.
Really?
With broccoli and mashed potato and fucking turkey dinosaurs just to try and get some actual nutrition in him.
Because you'll know you.
Because he'll
anything
know very beige diet.
I can't get Matthew to eat fucking vegetables. He'll actually only eat certain things
When
at my
it-
house.
When did it start? Like, what age did it start? When you think I didn't want to eat what you're giving me anymore?
It's always the case, Like, we thought Ragnar would eat everything as a kid. Turns out he had a tongue tie and just couldn't push the food back out his mouth, so he had no fucking choice.
Right.
So once we got his tongue cut, he could start to reject food. But we're like, this kid eats everything. He can only spit it back out.
Just didn't have a
That's
choice.
fucking mental.
He's literally just being fed all this crap he didn't want. And we're like, oh, what great
Yeah,
eater.
great. Yeah, he eats good, man. Boy, like, now, what about that?
Because his tongue was like a heart shape, he couldn't,
That's
he just,
mental.
he had no choice but
I
to
didn't think that was a
swallow it.
thing either. Like, fuck.
What, tongue tie?
Aye, like,
Aye.
just then they
Ken the web.
can't stop you.
The web went right to the end of his tongue,
Oh, right.
so he couldn't,
No, I've not even known that. I think.
so we had to go in and get it all chopped.
Fucking hell.
The first thing he started doing was
What's the
spitting food
problem if
back
you
out.
didn't get that chop? Like, I take it can't stay like
Problem
that.
is that you need your dad to build Jurassic World for you to broccoli.
His speech would have been affected.
Right.
It affected his feeding as a baby because he
Right,
couldn't
aye.
latch on and suckle the nipple properly. There was a load of fucking, so it needed cut. But initially,
Did you
it was-
notice this, or was it something that got...
No, we noticed it because obviously when he was a baby, and the feeding was difficult for Charlie to do because he couldn't latch on properly because he couldn't actually engage his Hail Muth. So he was completely cluster feeding constantly, which was exhausting for her.
Aye, fuck.
Because he was just on her every 20 minutes because he couldn't actually get a feed. So eventually that's what they've identified, and he's went and got it chopped, and it made a massive difference. And they didn't know if it was going to affect his speech or not, and it hasn't. He kind of mixed up his L's and that for a wee while, kind of like L's and W's, but that seems
Wait,
to...
did you got it cut?
He was young, like, he wasn't talking yet.
No,
So
no,
he was, it would have been sub 2. But I fucking, feel wee shit, couldn't have spit food out.
I mean, I like, I just fucking...
He's a great eater.
I honestly, I thought, this kid eats everything. But I had no choice. Poor wee cunt. What a shame.
He's just sitting there thinking this is rotten. Can't do anything about
Well,
it.
have you ever smelt like like cottage cheese baby food? Oh, fuck me, man. Rough as toast there. Like, I fucking love it.
You used to get that powder milk stuff, eh? You smell that? Holy fuck. It's bad. It's
Kind
bad.
of the formula.
Formula, but it had to be like the multivita stuff or something it's called, but it's like, because you had a sensitive stomach, eh? So, but
Oh,
I
you
mind,
specialist.
aye, and I mind smelling it once, and I was like, how the fuck I'd expected to drink that, eh? It's fucking brutal.
Did the more breastfeed at any point?
We tried to, but he was the same. He didn't take to it, and then we putting him on a bottle. We had to get because we found that it was bringing a lot of it up, eh?
You had to get the funny angled teats and all that
Aye.
shit. Aye.
Well, I said to him because we were struggling to get the bottle down with Mrs. Brown's bottles or something, eh?
Dr. Brown's
Dr.
for the
Brown's.
colic.
And they,
Oh, did they have colic,
Aye,
really? Oh,
really
that's-
bad, really bad.
Yeah, it's rough.
And
like.
that saved them the types of bottles, eh?
They're good. Like Matthew was the same with the colic.
We
They
never
were a
got
game
colic,
changer.
thank fuck.
He got it bad, like, and then he felt like he had a thing for we need to get one of the special milks. Can't remember what it's called now, but it's like it's got nothing in it, but it smells awful.
Some of them are stinking. Matthew had one that smelled like fucking dishwater, and I was like, what the fuck is that? It's howling.
Can you heating this thing up and it's getting worse at the same time? Fucking hell, man.
Nice. That's just as good as breast milk. It fucking is, though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Nah.
No.
That's what I mean.
He was on fucking the Ferrari of, was it Aptamil?
Aptamil was what mine was on too.
It was meant to be the Ferrari of fucking baby formulas.
Was it the one that smells bad?
That wasn't too bad.
I think it was SMA that was, or something.
I'm sure mine was with an M. I can't remember the fucking name.
I can't what was it, a yellow tin?
Yep.
I know exactly what one you're on
That
about.
one.
I just can't remember the name of it either.
It was that one.
Is there no something like multivitamin, but it
is
isn't
something-
multivitamin?
It's
something along.
multi something.
Aye, I can't exactly what one you're on about. Yellow, oval,
Yep.
on the. Aye, I know
That's
what
the
one
one.
you're on about.
Have you seen that fucking post? The guys won the golf tournament. It's like, this is the epitome of dad life. So the guys won $4 million in the golf tournament, and at the end of the hole, his wife's passed him his fucking baby, and it's got a shit stain on the fucking baby. It's like this. If there is anything more dad life out there, then here's your fucking baby for
your
selling.
shit,
yeah,
Just a
it's
shit
shit, it's
patch on the
there you go.
back of the fucking baby.
Go change it.
There you go. Congratulations, you
It's
won.
your turn to change the nappy.
You
You're
fucking
gonna give a
said.
fuck about
You
it.
said it was your fucking turn. Don't give me the. I've just won $4 million. Shit. You get that fucking shitty arse changed.
I don't miss that at all.
I'm right in the midst of that.
You had any baddings at the back of the neck and all that shit?
No, it's not went that high, but he done me a belter when I went to the shops from recently. I thought everything was plain smoothing. I was like, fuck. Picked him out of that trolley. I was like, you bastard. You're stinking. And it's fucking, it was a big one, eh? I was like,
So you
fuck.
haven't had a leaky one or that yet?
No, it's had leaky ones. Like, it's no reached the back of his head. I've seen no one. I don't know. That's scary how that happens. Like, I had one weekend where it's came out his nappy a bit.
Aye.
And they're a nightmare.
I didn't get how it come. I don't know how
Eh.
they managed to. Their arse is pointing this way, but somehow they managed to shite this way. I don't.
I've had it went quite high up his back, like, eh? But fuck it. I'm like, what?
It wasn't tell you. He was in the pram one day. I'm like, what's around your neck? I'm like, how the fuck is there shite up there?
It's like fucking
Nah.
you. It just goes out
And it
the
looks like
front
that
and around the
fucking
back.
Chinese chicken curry.
Aye,
You know what I mean?
aye.
It's fucking the colours that come out there. You're on milk and banana. Where the fuck is this coming from?
It's just the difference in smell sometimes. I'm like, fuck, what?
I don't miss it. I'm happy I'm not going to be doing it again.
I've still got to get past it.
Right, boys, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thanks for coming on and talking da life, bodybuilding, shit in the gym, meal preps, getting lean, and everything in between.
Aye.
And will the show take place? Big hypochondriac Mike, will he fucking make the
They
stage?
should film.
You'll be competing.
You think so?
I fucking
Aye.
hope so.
Put in the work, eh? Fuck it.
I
If
think
you,
you'll
if,
be
you enjoy,
sound.
if you think prep's easy, mate, I'm pretty sure you'll have a good fucking...
You've came this far. You've came this far, mate. You can't fucking turn around now. All the
Who's
surgery-
trying to turn around?
You,
I'm
mate,
trying
I
to
can-
make sure that
I
it's
can hear
on
the
the
fucking
cards.
sassy in there, man. It sounds fucking weak.
But who is what? I can't remember what show it was this year in the first timers, and the cunt was still clearly chubby.
And you could have
I
took
don't
Well, there's
fucking-
playing of them like that.
A wee belly hang and all this type of shit.
Boys
Yeah,
like
no
going on
danger.
stage like big and fluffy is like what they need to do sometimes. I don't even let them go on stage unless they just went and done it themselves. But it's fucking mental that they
Well,
thought.
everybody that I know is like they probably go too hard. Like a lot of people go, "Are you ready?" And they're paranoid that they've got more to lose.
But that's another thing too.
No, this
Coaches,
boy's
coaches
still-
that allow that is fucking.
Like, because even at Two Bros, there was a guy that still had a belly on the stage in the novice fucking category. Kenny was kind of still moved around in that. It was no. But there was a boy at NABA, I'm sure, that literally had like an overhang belly still. I tell you, look back at the footage, but I'm sure I've seen one. I'm like, who's told him to go and do that?
There's a
That's
guy
what I
that's
mean.
done PCA Scotland a few times now, or Scottish shows anyway. Every time he turns up, he's fucking fat. You'll have seen him.
I would have. I think I can you run about.
They must be coachless, surely. They must be doing it after they're back.
Sometimes I know the way, and that's what's really
Because as a
bad.
coach, surely you're no putting a client up.
They are though.
I wouldn't. Eh?
Aye, but you think that would just be common for all coaches to not do that?
But these days, some of them, because it's their fucking income, they're fucking blowing smoke up these guys' asses because they don't want to lose them as a client.
I wouldn't compromise my
Do you know what I
integrity
mean?
for money.
Neither would I,
The hard,
personally.
gritty
But
truth
there's
is, be like,
guys that
look,
are.
you shouldn't go on stage, but some boys are like pushing for it.
If I went on stage and my own heat thinking I was the tits and I look back and I look like shit,
Aye.
I would not be happy
No.
with whoever was fucking guiding me. Do you know what I mean? Like, you
And
should have
that's-
fucking
and
told
somebody
me.
has the power to convince you of that because you didn't ken your left or your right when you're near that stage and you're like,
It doesn't
"Is it
matter
good
how
enough?"
good you look, Mikey. I'll still tell you you're too wee. I'll be there for you.
I'm fine with being told I'm too wee.
I'll be there for you.
Just don't tell me I do look good. You at least say you look
No,
great,
I
but
will
you're
tell
tiny.
you, you look good. You're
Do you know
fucking
what I mean?
tiny. As a mate,
You'll compliment me, then hammer me back down to the
epic
ground.
performance
That's fine.
for
I
a
can...
tiny piece of fucking shit.
You look no
should
bad
have
for
been
being small.
20 kilos heavier.
But it must be kind of every cunt blows smoke up your ass and you're standing in a lineup and then you look back and be like, look at the state of me.
It's
Who
like,
the
it's
fuck
like
let
It's
me
worse
go
than
up there?
that. See, in the lead up, when you'll take videos of your check-ins and all that, and you'll be like, "I look like shit," and then see after when you've looked at it after past the comp, a few weeks you've got your food back and you're normal again. You're like, "Actually, I look fucking alright."
See, I didn't get that. I still look back and go, I look shit. Aye. Even if I fucking won the sword and there's a picture of my sword, I'm like, oh shit.
Ah, shit.
I think you should be your worst critic, to be
Yeah.
fair.
100%. That's the only way you're going to get good
But
at it.
you sometimes you can't see the progress you have made. Do you
I've
know what
got-
I mean?
I've
this
got
is
a
the
few,
problem
like-
for anybody is like see that thing that you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing if you want to improve. You need to hyper focus on what's wrong because you're looking.
You're never ever
the
too
place
good.
that you improve is not where you're
you're
great.
fucked
The
if you are.
place that you improve is where you're weak.
Never.
And you need to get used to that. Like it's not negativity in the sense of just being negative. It's you're looking for the weakness to improve.
Yeah.
Like so, there's a positive reason that you're being this hard, and it's that you need to find where your weaknesses are because that's where you make your biggest leaps.
Aye.
And it's not about just going, well, you should do it because of X, Y, Z, or you're kicking yourself down for no reason. Like you're doing it because that's where you make the gain. That's where you make your leap.
It's like anything. If you think
And that's the
you're
thing,
fucking-
like, when you're doing these comps, you get fucking in your like, you're like fucking amazing, you're looking so good. And I'm like, am I fuck?
Yeah.
Like, no danger, am I looking good? I'm like,
Well, that's what I liked about Flex Lewis. He was always kept covered up, and he was like, I don't want people telling me like this whole like bullshitting me that I'll look fucking this, that, and the next thing. He's like, because you know, I remember somebody saying like he's fucking huge forearms, they were all veiny, and like they were like, man, you must look fucking amazing. He's like, I don't need to hear that. Like
No,
I need to
you
know
don't. It's the last
where
thing
I'm
you need
at.
to hear, to be
I don't
honest.
need to hear like just fucking smoke getting blown up my arse.
But I think you have to be able to look at yourself and see where you're at as well. Like, as much as a coach's opinion is obviously important and it's valuable, you need to be able to look at yourself and see where you are and what you need to improve on as well. Do you know what I mean? Everybody, you've got eyes.
Yeah, totally.
You can see.
Totally.
is there anything you're going to get where you need to get until anyone can get a coach? But it's a matter of like being with that coach for so long and then understanding what both of you see at the same time. Because you're going to just be standing there sometimes, you're like, you need that, and you're like, you don't have a fucking clue. Whereas like, because we're quite a tight knit bunch, we've done it. Everyone kens what's going on. It's easy to communicate what needs done.
I think it helps when you've got people that are aiming for the same thing as you because
That's
it's
aye.
that nuance, it's that niche where like no like if you take somebody that's at the end of the prep or midway through prep, normal people are they're not going to be able to tell the difference that easily. If you take somebody that's you know in the trenches with you, they're going to be the differences are huge. So they're going to be like, no, look, this is a bit off, or you need a wee bit more of this, and it's you need that reality. It's that fine-tuned eye that just people that you know are not in that world won't see.
You should only rely on like one person to give, or if you've got two, that one person to say, if you need that wee bit of like check in again, be like, what do you think? You'd be like, they just give you the nod, and then you can. And then it's
you
kind
need,
of a wee
you
bit
need
of
to be
stress.
able to filter out the rest of the noise because everybody's going to have a different opinion or a different approach to it. If you're going to employ a coach, that's the person you listen to. Do you know what I mean? There's no point listening to fucking everybody else.
No, fuck that.
You need the coach and me, you get big.
Unless your coach is talking shite. But I guess that's where that point comes in about coaches that are more interested in money and they're just trying to like fucking keep the client so they're telling them what they think they want to know.
But this is why I think your coach needs to, one, look a certain way and have accolades to prove they know what they're fucking doing.
I
Do you know what I
think that
mean?
is a necessity, 100%.
Ideally have done it themselves as well.
Aye, because then you know they can fucking
It's
do
walking the
it.
walk and talking the talk.
aye.
You need to show that you've got the credentials.
Aye, I know what I'm doing. Trust me. You can't
You've not
fucking
done-
show
you've
me
not-
you've done
you've
it
not
because
done
you've never
nothing.
fucking
You've not
done
done
it. You're
one
just
thing.
talking to me.
Like, what have you done?
Aye, who the fuck are you to tell me that this is how you do it?
Yeah.
Well, I went to college. Sound great. I'm a level 3 nutritionist, ADHD nutritionist.
Neurospicy, bro.
Neurospicy, aye.
I'm like you.
Oh my god.
Well, boys, it's a pleasure. Be good to have you back on. We'll have a month's worth of gym shenanigans. What's new in the fitness world to talk about, and fucking update on whatever neurospicy is. So we hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Mount Mindset. We've got the guys back in. We've got a new addition. We've got Gaz Inc. We've went all places, all directions. We've talked about food, off-prep meals, what the digestive system's like,
What is this?
what it's like being in the gym with guys that are walking the same path as you, what it's like to refeed the body when you're feeling lean. We're also discussing, should you go for the first show if you don't feel that you're looking your best, and the reasons and benefits for having a go at it. What's involved in going and dying in a bush, and that crazy new word that seems to be banding about, neurospicy, and the things that you shouldn't do in a disabled gym toilet. So there are top tips for this month. Whatever you do, don't strap up to an assault bike, and please do not strap up to a clean and snatch, because it will break your wrists. Follow the big guys in the gym because they've been there, done it, and got the t-shirt. If you're going to employ somebody to take you on a path, make sure they've got the credentials that they can walk the walk, not just talk the talk. So we hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Mount Mindset. We'll be looking to do this on a monthly basis. If you like what we're talking about and you've got some suggestions, we'd love to hear about it. We've covered off the Q&As that you've sent in, and we'll be sure to do some more. So from me this week, that's a wrap.